Omega TV UK. We thank you very much. Yeah, okay, sorry. Now my concentration.
Start it. We trap you. Start it.
Yes, okay. Good evening. Welcome to Omega TV UK.
Start it.
Okay. Ready? Okay. My setting. Good evening. Welcome to Omega TV UK. Today we have very important program. Ghana 67th Independence Anniversary, which recently gone on 6th of March. That was on Wednesday. There was celebrations around Ghana and around the world for that. Today we'll be concentrating on the historic journey of our independence. I have with me here His Excellency Reverend Atta Senior, who is also United Nations Peace Ambassador, and is also head of Zoe Christian Center. Pastor, welcome.
Thank you.
How was your trip here?
Oh, it was very good. Only that it was raining, but at the end of the day, we are here.
We are also seeing your attire. Oh, we love it. Very attractive. You look like a police, and it also look like those one in the seaman, they call them. What do they call it? Navy?
Yeah, that's Navy, Royal Navy.
Royal Navy.
Yeah. I mean, I'll talk a little bit about this attire. You know, I don't normally wear it. Mm-hmm. I only wear it when we are going to presidential mission or diplomatic mission. But today I wear it for you.
Wow.
Because since my brother received his doctorate, I haven't met him. So I'm here to congratulate you.
Thank you very much.
And also to show that we still love you.
Yes.
And we thank God for your life.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, His Excellency Reverend Atta Senior. Thank you. And we also have Arlene Aralais, who is a former councillor, people champions of the voices. How is everything, Arlene?
Everything is well, thank you kindly. It is good. It's good to be here.
It's good. How was your trip here?
My trip was okay. It was great. It was an easy, straightforward.
First time of having you in our studio here.
It is, and I'm honored, and I thank you for the kind invite.
Yes. Yeah, we invited you because we wanted to see the other side, but I will come to that. Okay. Before independence as a country, we experienced exploitation, we experienced oppression as a country, and the loss of independence, basically. These are the things we were experiencing. Our freedom and prosperity were compromised with structures in favor of our colonial masters. So Ghana, we've been through a lot. As the first sub-Saharan country to gain independence in 1957, breaking free from colonial rule was a significant achievement for us and a turning point for the wider African struggle for self-rule. Our independence, our independence was classified as a symbol of hope and a mechanism for change throughout Africa. Aline, I want to start with you first. You know why? Because your background is Caribbean, and you grew up here, and we want to see the perspective of you in terms of seeing it from the outside, you know, because on reflection, it's been over 67 years since we have independence. But as a country, we have not been able to lead up to the expectation of people who are free. So now, looking from outside, how do you see it? What is holding us to making it difficult? Because today, as we are talking now, we have people begging. I mean, poverty rate is very, 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 it's really the gap between the poor and the rich in Ghana is so big. People, the unemployment rate is high. A lot of things are happening. You've seen it on TV anyway yourself. You've seen everything in the media, so you know what I'm talking about. You have a full understanding of it.
Yes.
Looking from your side and your perspective, how do you see things?
Well, I must say, first of all, happy Independence,
Thank you.
all of you, and also happy Mother's Day and happy International Women's Day, though belated. Your question is great, and it's a great fact, and it's a great historic fact. However, Ghana, they hold this great power, being the first African country to be independent. And as I look at Africa, I look at the Caribbean immediately, and Haiti being the first Caribbean country to gain independence. Now, this is a very important question, because I think what has happened since independency, education has been poor. And if education was enriched and we understood the policy that came out of colonialism, instead of it being diluted or erased, we were able to build on the policy that was there before. Because Ghana was great when they were ruled by another nation. But when they gained independence, they became poor. It doesn't add up politically. And I think it's all about, when it say political sense and policies. And that's what we need to look at, policies. If Ghana take a time out and look at their policies, what they're doing to their own, starting with education, and looking at the equity that they have, and empowering their nation first and foremost. And this is what is lacking. I hope that it's feasible and understanding to what your question. It is all about education, the lack of education.
When you say the lack of education, I mean, Ghana, we have universities there, you know, we have one of the best graduates around the world.
What are you studying?
We're studying all subjects that we do here.
But why study all subjects? What does Ghana have that needs to be marketed? You need to train the young people. If you imagine back in the days when Great Britain had mining, you know, you had a family, they knew daddy went to mine, the next door neighbor went mining, and many years ago when it was the road sweepers, the children, the young people were trained in those areas. Farming, the young people were trained in those areas, and adults. But nowadays, Africa, you yourself, you have gold mines. How many university or college do you have that train young people to understand about mining, the health, and what?
We have School of Mines there.
Yeah, but how many graduates, how many leave from that and literally go into it and literally practice it? These are the things we need to look and find out. What are we rich in? What is Ghana rich in? And invest in that. You know, make sure you plummet your education system in that. It will help. I think that is.
Pastor, you want to say anything about why we are crippled and we're struggling to make headway from independence up to this?
Yeah. I also say congratulations, Ghana.
Thank you.
And happy Mother's Day to everyone. I support what Your Excellency is saying here right now, because he's talk about education. Okay, imagine that I'm in Ghana and study or learning about snow. I mean, what the course that I'm learning is useless. I know that there was one time that we have Oxford graduate who was a president. Aside that, we have Harvard. We have all the prime ministers has been to big school. But what are they giving to the people in the society? Because I know the man who was from one of the Caribbean countries, Dominican. And that man was telling me that during their time, the man was on his 60s. During their time, all the youth in the country was forced to learn trade. Either you learn plumbing, carpentry, or anything like that. So by the time that you come out from college, whether you want to continue or not, at least you have something to work on. But like Ghana one, you can see that yes, there's a higher degree, higher schools, but at the end of the day, they don't create jobs. They only do it among themselves. Because it was so sad that yesterday I received a video that somebody was transporting, I don't know whether it's transporting or doing this, about 15 million pounds. And now they have even taken the money out from him.
Yes.
And that person, I believe that he is not a farmer. He might be highly educated man. What did this man learning and what impact does he making?
So you both put it to education,
Yes.
and that we are not investing enough in education. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
No, but what we are saying is we have to learn what we have, because we have gold mining, we have diamonds, we have cocoa. But I feel so sorry that people still carry cocoa in their head. There's no way that somebody can even come out with idea that let's at least build some trolleys. I mean, that can make the work go fast. But we still carry it in their head, doing it on the same traditional way. When you go to Bonwire, the way we weave our kente is the same style. But recently, I saw some Chinese people has made their own loom. And that loom, even they can weave, even one day they can weave a whole kente, which Bonwire one can take somebody 6 months. So we need to, learn fast. And what we have, we need to, learn something about it rather than learning different things.
Okay, thank you. You know, with our resources, we are struggling, and we put it to education that maybe it's time for us to invest more in our people. But the problem is, you educate them, people, they will travel abroad to come and study, and they don't go back. And the government spend a lot on scholarships. But most people do not return back. So the money spent on them, and I don't think the government have a tracker to be able to even track them, those who don't go back and work back home. A number of people had the chance of those scholarship schemes abroad, and they didn't return. So what do you think can be done then? Because now we have the education issue. Yeah, the problem is there. We all know that you're saying that education, although we have a lot of things, most people will say corruption, you know, lack of leadership, proper leadership for us as a country, you know, and the management of our country, people will put that to that as well. The way and manner we manage our natural resources, because we have a number of natural resources, and the way we manage them, a lot of people feel that it's not enough. And like I said, education, most people do not live in Ghana. They may be the highest student doing well at university and will graduate with a first class, but may decide to go to abroad and give their services to other countries abroad rather than giving it to Ghana. So that allegiance in terms of us saying there, yes, I want to make a difference for our country, that commitment and belief that we can do it our own, most people will say it's not there. So what can we do then?
Well, you mentioned something there that the government does not have a system to track who has left, and you know their return and giving back to the country.
Yes.
So there you go. That's a door that is open that someone can develop a plan of what should happen when you leave the country, and once you graduate, you should return to your country.
A lot of them return and don't. And even, I'm not cutting, and even the government encourages people to go abroad and work.
Wow.
So leaving the skills, people leaving Ghana to go and work in other countries.
Well, we know that's been going on for years. The Caribbean has suffered that during the time of what they call the Windrush, where the skilled came here to build the country, to build a nation, and the unskilled remained to look after, you know, like the grandmas and those who was not so skilled, were remained, and hence that country, Jamaica and many of the other Caribbean islands, they suffered in the past, and they're still suffering. It's still there, and that's what's happening to Ghana and many African countries now. The skills are coming, and the unskilled remain. Now it's for the politicians, the president, the prime ministers, to get together and to say, we will invest in this if you give us this. But oftentimes there is no policy making, there's no agreement. Now, what Ghana needs to do is to readdress the system, and it is simple. Yeah, if you go and you have you're able to pay back from wherever you are, it can be done. Jamaica, Caribbean, Ghana needs to have a system that, yes, track those who are abroad, because if you are abroad and you do wrong, Britain can return you.
Report you, yeah.
So when they do right, why is it not that you can't be returned? So we must think of that system that tracks you for when you're bad. The same system can track you to be good and invest back in your country. That's important, that we need to value our country and say to the ones who are leaving with this great, you've been given an opportunity to go, return and help and show love.
When people are returning in their pension age,
why
is that beneficial to the country or not?
Definitely not.
They don't go at their young age where they can work and make a difference in the country.
They will go.
The moment you talk to a lot of Ghanaians, they say they're waiting to go back home at the age of 67, at the age of 70.
Too late.
When they have nothing to offer the country.
Too late. Yeah. Or some do return in the box, as we know. And, again, who gains from that?
Yes.
It seems so sad. But I do believe it's policies. Yeah. We need to get our, ministers to look at the policies that really benefits the people. And the thing is, what I understand about some of our countries is the elite that is there. We need to widen out, the scope of policies and allowing people to be involved in politics. And when you do so, then everyone can have a bite of the apple and to participate in their country. I think that's what's needed.
Okay. Caribbeans, how do they see places like Ghana, Nigeria? Do you feel that they have that link? You've been there recently, Pastor. Yeah. So, His Excellency.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we can start with you here. Caribbeans, when you went to Jamaica recently,
yeah, I was in
Can
Jamaica.
you tell us a little bit about it?
Jamaica there's a lot of similarities that you can see, like Ghana or Africa.
Yes.
Because when I went there, there's people that I see that the only difference is the language.
Oh, okay.
We all look alike, the way we smile, our worship, even our food.
Okay.
Is the same. But now, I believe that there's only one problem, because a lot of them want to go back to Africa to see.
Okay.
I preach in 2 churches, and as soon as they know that I'm from Ghana, one church, the first church, about 16 people came to me, and they said, no, they want to go to Ghana with me.
Wow.
And I told them that I don't live in Ghana. I live in England.
They want to go to Ghana with you?
With me, yeah.
Wow.
And I told them that I live in England,
Yes.
but I can organize for all of us to go together.
Yes.
The second church, about 20 people also came. And even eventually, I had opportunity to take their pastor to Ghana.
Yes.
But when that man went there, he doesn't even want to go back.
Wow.
They are enjoying so much.
Yes.
But the only problem is transportation.
Okay.
That is the only problem now. Because I know Ghana government...
When you say transportation, what do you mean?
I'm talking about the flight connection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because...
There's no direct flight.
There's no direct flight.
Okay.
And I know that they know that their passports can take them to Africa without visa.
Oh, okay.
And our passport can also take us there without visa.
Okay.
Because we were sharing, like going to holidays on Dubai and all these places, Jamaica is cheaper. And you can even enjoy yourself more than going to those places. But now, for them to go to Ghana, they might need a transit, about 2 transits before even going to Ghana.
Wow. That would discourage them.
Yeah, because even back home, is it what Danado was doing? Is it coming home or?
Yeah.
Yeah, with those things, People that go to Ghana are not people from Jamaica or
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Oh.
They are people from either US or UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they count them that Caribbeans has come here. No. The proper Caribbeans are there. Recently,
So
I
that's
was-
the statistics that we are using in Ghana is
it's
not
wrong.
the correct one.
No,
it's wrong.
No.
So the government is using wrong statistics.
Statistics. Because now one of our guy, Wadimaya, is there. And he's been through about 5 Caribbean countries.
Okay.
And what I'm telling you now is the same thing that he's saying. People does not have that direct access. There's a lot of business link that we can link up. I was in Ghana last month and I spoke to the High Commissioner of Jamaica. And he said, now this is the problem. And I asked him simple question, that what is solution? Because we need solutions.
So we have a high commissioner
Yeah,
from Jamaica
Yeah.
in Ghana.
but he's a Ghanaian.
Oh, he's a Ghanaian.
He's a Ghanaian.
Why? What
I
happened?
asked so many questions that I need to even go further because he's Ghanaian. So what decision are you taking?
Yes.
And he was telling me that he goes to Jamaica twice a year. It's not enough
Okay.
because I went to Ghana with Jamaicans and now they want their citizenship to stay in Ghana. But when you ask questions, they can't give you straight answer.
So this is something that Excellency could take back to the Jamaican High
Very
Commission in the
important.
UK
And
to
even not Jamaica
write to
alone,
them to say
Barbados,
they are using
Trinidad,
they are using Ghanaian as a Jamaican ambassador
that's
in
it,
Ghana.
in Ghana.
That's not acceptable at all.
That's not acceptable. And I was asking that then who is
This is Omega
Ghana
Live
amba-
TV, where we get to know everything happening on the land.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you, God. Yes.
So it's there,
Yes.
and these are the things that we have to deal with it. Because when I went there, yes, I am also ambassador. I know the rules, but the man was taking it on the fed. But it's something that we have to address
Did you
it
speak
deep.
some patois or for to you?
He said he understand it, not speak but understand it.
This is interesting.
Now, anyway, now he has become my best friend.
Yes.
So I mean, we need to discuss something further.
Thank you.
Like I'm saying, a lot of Jamaicans, Caribbeans want to come to Ghana, but please, let's open door for them.
Is that how you see it? That a lot want to go there?
Yes.
But some also have this kind of resentment in them about Africa, Ghana. You know, there are some resentment there because I met few people who are also friends, and when they talk, they say, "You guys, what you did years ago," they blame us. And can you say something about that as well?
Yes, I agree with you totally what you're saying, and I agree with what our Excellency is saying. That at the end of the day, that there is two folds, and you know that with a coin there is two, the head and the tail. There are those in the Caribbean, in Jamaica, that would not ever want to hear anything when it comes to Africa and Africans. Why? Because they feel the pain.
Okay.
Why they feel? Because they're suffering is due to
When
being
you say they are suffering, the journey.
the journey
Okay.
and what they're going through right now and how they see their life. And they're those that are glad they want to return home. And that's what they see is a return home.
Yes.
It's not just to do business or anything.
No.
It's going home.
They want to be able to go to Ghana.
Yeah.
Do you feel that there are support for people like that in the Caribbean, in Jamaica, where the Africans, for example, Ghana, we're talking about Ghana government doing anything to support them to go, at least see their roots?
No, there isn't. And this is a stage of it. You know, there are those out there who's got the money, the influencers, like the young man you said he was coming with 50 million.
Yeah.
He should have been going to the Caribbean with the 50 million.
Oh, yes.
You know, he was going to the wrong place,
Wrong
you know.
place, England.
Investing in our people, you know, that's what we ought to do. Invest programs into our people, like, again, education. Education starting within the school, the journey of Africa, the journey of Ghana and so forth in the Caribbean, and bringing us together as one. You know, the opportunity is there, and it's going to be starting with education. We can't just put it out there, because I don't think the policy was looked into when Ghana presidency agreed that it would be great for Jamaicans to come, you know, free of having a visa. The route was not thought about. How they thought about the route, they would involve other countries, and that's why we missed, unfortunately. And we need to go back to the drawing board because there's no need giving someone
The
£1 billion
young for 10,
and if
yeah.
they don't, there's no shop to spend the money.
No.
If
That's
we
true.
have a good link, I think Usain Bolt, we would have had one in Ghana.
Yeah.
No, the only thing is, let me come in. Even the lady that I took her to Ghana, Usain Bolt is in her parish.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, she's also influential lady in Jamaica.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, the problem is the link.
The link.
There's no link.
Pastor, this
And
is
you call
what-
it the year of
His
return.
Excellence, this is why we're going to use you to bring that hope for the Caribbeans and also for Ghanaians.
Now
You may
we
want-
started the
Did you
advocate
meet
already.
any Ghanaian there?
Yes, I met some Ghanaians going on
About how many
holidays.
of them?
I met about 5 of them.
Wow.
Even as soon as I land in the airport, I met one guy who was coming on holidays in Jamaica. But he's been there many times, so we have a long chat. And at the end of the day, I remember she wanted to take Uber. And they said the Uber is cost about $20,000.
Okay.
And when they said that, the guy thought that, hey, it is a fraud. And I said, no, it's not a fraud. That is their currency.
Their currency.
Yeah, and later on he understand it. So I try to help him to go before they come and pick me. But at the end of the day, this is something that we are the same people,
Yeah.
the same personality. We eat the same food. Even everything that grow in Ghana, grow in Jamaica.
Wow.
When you go to the seas, oh, you love it.
Wow.
There's a place that
So it's not
If-
like Ghana one. Where it's
no,
dirty.
no, this one, even if you don't switch light on, you can still see.
Wow.
A place like Ochorios,
And we can learn
Trelawney,
something from.
because
Yeah.
it's so clean. Nobody has tempered it. So when you see the seas and the type of fishes, my brother, you won't even spend money for Dubai.
You think-
That's the sea. Oh yes, because everything is natural and organic.
Yes, this is what I wanted to talk about because we would then a lot of Ghanaians, Africans travel to places like Dubai, you know, the United Arab Emirates,
Yeah.
those areas. They want to go to the Western world.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's time for them to start looking at the Caribbean and then to learn more from them as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you think about the many ships, cruise ships that leaves America, Canada, Europe to go to Jamaica, especially,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable.
A lot.
And we need to, bridge that gap with the African countries. Jamaica, the Caribbean overall, is a beautiful islands. And as Our Excellency was saying, that at the end of the day, when you go there, the beauty of the infrastructure is great.
Yeah.
And indeed, the sea, you can look in the sea and look at the bottom. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's heaven.
Love it, yeah.
It's a beautiful place. And we need to learn to love one another.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
Okay.
And trust one another. Trust each other country.
Culturally, are we linked or not?
Oh,
Do they have any celebrations that links them to Africa?
I
Ghana?
know in Jamaica there's a place called a compound town where it's during the slavery and it's mainly Ghanaian. That's the descendants of Ghanaians are there.
Ashanti Town, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yes, Ghana is rich in their culture and vibrant in their culture. There's no doubt about it. And so is Jamaica. They have gained, and it's a bit of this and it's a bit of that. There is no main Jamaican culture. I do think it's culture that is gained from Africa overall. And we need to embrace that and appreciate that. I think that'd be great for us to go forward and love one another.
Thank you. Because of time, Pastor, I want to go to this.
Okay.
Oh, you wanted to talk about
Yeah, I
that?
want to talk a little bit
Yeah,
because
okay.
what Your Excellency is saying now, he talk about the cruise ship.
Yes.
And to be honest, I have someone who is ready to take our culture group into the cruise ship.
Wow.
Because he said, no, he loved the culture, the way people beat adwa, they dance and all this stuff. Now he's just in this Western thing. So she wants any access just to connect our culture group into cruise ship.
Wow.
But it doesn't come to Africa. They are ready for business. So we have to be serious.
Yes.
So it goes back to what you were saying. The education and also the leadership is what we need to reflect on
Absolutely.
in order for us to move on. Okay, I just want to talk to you about a few minutes
Yeah.
because we have other people who want to come in. Church. You both, are you a reverend or minister?
Yes, I'm a reverend minister at my local church, Towers of Praise Ministry.
Thank you. And you are the head of Zoe
Yes, Christian Center.
Christian Center. Thank you. Do you think, since 1957, 67 years old, most Ghanaians have always believed in our traditional worship? I'm talking about our bosom, the voodoo men, even some called dwarfs, Motia, that they kind of believes in this system.
Yeah.
You know, most people said Christianity is not from Africa. There is a lot of debate about it, but we have been able to show that it's from Africa.
Yeah.
Do you think it has made any impact and progress since that time to now, 67 years old now? Do you feel that? Because I was looking at the research, and they talk about the Muslims increasing in numbers than the Christians. Is that the case?
That is not the case. I know that Christianity in Africa, especially Ghana, is always paramount. And we are more than even the Muslims. You know, the reason with Christianity is because we have the difference between Christianity and even religion. But there are some people that are so religious that when they leave church A, they go to church B.
Okay.
That doesn't mean they have backslide or they have done anything. But thinking
why do you
about,
keep on going from one place to another?
because now
They're looking for miracles.
anyway, I can't.
Is it,
Yeah, maybe they're looking for
if
miracles.
you are a pastor, I mean, you do pray.
Yeah.
You know, you are the head of Zoe
Yeah,
Christian Center.
yeah.
Do you think that a lot of people come to church to see miracles or to hear the word of God?
That's why I talk about Christianity and the religion. People have religious hearts in their hearts. Wherever they see they are preaching, they don't care, they will go and sit in.
Okay.
And there's some people that are Christians like me. Regardless of everything, I'm following Christ.
Yes.
Nothing can stop me. But there's people that if miracle doesn't come like you're saying, they have to relocate to another church.
Wow.
And if it doesn't happen, they go to different church as well. But that doesn't mean that Christianity is devaluing. No, it can be possible. Christianity in Ghana is still 70%.
Okay.
And we are still increasing. But the only problem that sometimes people use is, because of one-man church and because of other doctrines. Yes, doctrines is there, but it's a biblical. When you read the book of Hebrew is talking about the superiority of Jesus, because it came to the time the Bible said so many people jump into Christianity, some of the Pharisees, but when they come in, they try to use Christianity in their own way. So at that time, they believe images and the object more than Christ himself. And at that time, Paul and the other disciple, Peter, went to Italy and give them teaching that no, nothing is more powerful than Jesus. That is what is going on in Ghana now. Yes, people say objects in the church, they do so many things, but that doesn't mean that Christianity has the value.
So going to the voodoo people, going to Abosom and all that is not wrong to you.
It's a belief.
It's
belief system.
But can you put the two together?
Some
That
of
is
them
the
put it
conflict.
together. Mr. Kula, let me go back. Let me say something. I remember that time I was like 10 years, I was young boy. And I heard that in the time of J.J. Rollins, some of the churches in Ghana was shut for almost a year, including Jehovah's Witness and Church of Christ and some churches, because they don't honor national anthem. But even now, how many even schools in Ghana sing national anthem?
Do they know the West?
They don't even know the West. But at the end of the day, they are going. And you know that during that regime, it was not easy to prophesy, because so many prophets die in the course of that. But now that we are free of worship, freedom of worship, everybody is worshiping, and the freedom has come. So everybody can come to television, say whatever you want to say. But what we have, or government has to do, is try to put some regulations. Because we've been through slavery and now we have come out.
Yeah.
The time of Kufuor, you can say whatever you want
Are
to
we
say.
out?
We are out, of course.
Yes.
Because now when you prophesy or you have your own TV station, even not TV station, Facebook, nobody can stop you. So it's like everybody is doing his own thing.
The struggle is not making many people see that we are out.
We are not out. And the fact is, Christianity can never be devalued. Regardless of everything, Ghana, if it's not church or mosque or other religion, that country should have been dead by now. But the good thing is, we listen to our preachers. We don't know who that preacher is, but when the preachers speak, because in the time of J.J. Rollins, when it came to Kufuor regime, he formed the Council of Reconciliation. And from then, he put them together. And even from then, that is why some of the pastors even now have power to talk. And I can even tell you with my whole heart that if we want Ghana to establish well, we have to pay every pastor. Yes, every pastor demand pay, because what they are doing, even government cannot do it.
You mean in terms of liaising with the people, supporting the church?
People, even encouragement itself.
But they're using the money for themselves.
They use it for themselves because there's no regulation.
Yes.
But if they regulate it
so
well,
if the government is to blame.
That's it.
Because
we have Ministry of Religion.
They are not
and chieftains
they are
in
not
Ghana.
paying taxes or enough taxes, and
That's
they are using
it.
the money
if
for
they're
them,
supposed
their
to
own
pay
use.
tax, they have to pay it. If they're supposed to regulate them, they have to. But to be honest, from J.J. Rollins' time that I know to His Excellency Kufuor, John Mills, John Mama, to Nana Addo now, pastors in Ghana demand pay.
One of the viewers is saying that how are you going to let a lesser God you don't see, a voodoo man in a village somewhere, a bosom going to them to get a tax or to let them pay tax? Sometimes some of them cry. They are in the bush, but Bakula, they are in mountains. You can't even see them.
But the fact is, we have Ministry of Culture and Ministry of Religion.
Yes.
And no voodoo man has just come out. Ghana, all of them has registered. They are not hiding.
They have to register their business.
They have registered already.
Yes.
No, they have whether they register and they have their licenses.
Yes. So the Abosom also have registration.
They have it. You
and
can't
the
just
Dwarf, Motia, all of them, they have registration.
Ghana, they have it, of course.
Okay.
It's not easy like that because Ghana, you can't just plant church. You have to register. You can't just doing herbal medicine. You have to register.
Yes.
So they are all in the database system.
Yes.
Okay.
But the fact is, even the peace that pastors, Muslims, some of the Hindus has bring to Ghana, you have no idea. And if it's not them, somebody has even go back and do what they don't supposed to do, like the other country has done. But now, when things is coming, oh, my pastor said, oh, when I went to church, we still believed it. That is what keep Ghana till now.
I would say it goes back also to the education again. You know, making sure that pastors also follow the rules.
Absolutely.
They also have the right spiritual link in terms of qualification to be registered as
Very important,
pastors and then following the rules. If they follow that, then we'll be fine. If not, many people could also be misled or being misled by these pastors.
But we have Ministry of Religion. What are they doing? This is their duty.
The Christian Council.
Not Christian Council, but we have the ministry. Yeah, of I think it's religion or something in Ghana. They have it.
Okay.
So this is the work that they're supposed to do. Regulate it well, because at the end of the day, I am 100% convinced that the peace that the pastors and the religious leaders has bringing to not in Ghana, Africa in per se, we have no idea.
So you live here. We will come to that. But just in 1 minute, you live here.
Yeah.
Pastors or priests bring difference for the communities that they live in.
In society?
Yes, here in the UK.
A lot.
Because a lot of places they don't even want to. Their belief system is different. It's quite different, and maybe we'll talk about
this country, they regulate it. I thank God that I've been to one of the Church of England college, and from that place I learned. I know Your Excellency will know that even in Home Office, Scotland Yard, and all their top offices, they bring people to Bible school to study theology.
Yes.
In order for them to rule this country.
Absolutely.
And there's so many prophecies that these people just hold on to it. But because they regulate it, the prophet will not come to television and talk that maybe the prime minister will die. No, but they have their channel that they will send the signal.
And pray about it.
Sometimes even when you go to train stations and you see police are hanging there, it's not that they are afraid of terrorists or somebody told them. Some of them are by prophecies.
Wow.
Yeah.
By prophecies, but they follow.
Can I interject in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, in the House of Lords, right? You know, we have our bishops and so forth. That is to help us before any laws pass.
Okay.
They go through the law, and you know those ministers they do pray. You know what I mean? That nothing will be done, and no law will be brought into England that is detrimental to the citizens.
Yeah.
And it does take a great knowledge to realize that, you know, Christianity, religious belief is important. Because if we look at how this country is governed, we may think it's not governed by the Bible, but really it is.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Wow. Thank you. And what His Excellency was saying about Ghana in terms of the lesser goals and the work they are doing, do you have any understanding of that?
To a degree, because I'm trying to understand black black
magic.
beliefs and understand how the real, how we, the ancestors, because there is something there. Because if there wasn't there, what Britain is holding in the British Museum for Africa, all the what they call the statues of their gods and their belief, it wouldn't be there if there wasn't significance about it.
Okay.
I do believe that.
Yeah. Thank you both very much.
You're
We have
Thank
a
you
lot,
very
a lot
much.
of number of people waiting, and if you have time, you can hang on, and we will get back to you again.
No problem. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you
But
so
don't
much
go
for
yet.
having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Producer, thank you.
Thank you kindly
Thank you
for
very
having
much.
me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was nice
Yeah.
talking to you, Elaine, as well, and
Thank you.
that we hope to see you again.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Thank you
no,
very
take
much.
your time. Take it. Hold on, please. We hope to see you again on our
Thank you.
program. We will talk about, you went to, is it House of Laws the other day?
Yes.
Yes, and then we can talk about that. And we also will talk about the elections coming up with the mayor,
Yeah.
and also in terms of the work that you are doing in the community.
Yeah.
And also, Pastor, well done going to Ghana,
Thank you very much.
you know, also to the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And I hope that you travel along all the Caribbean countries
We thank God.
and to give a full insight.
We are planning to
Of
go
what-
back to Jamaica again.
But it's interesting what you said, that the Jamaica ambassador, or you know, in Ghana
Is
is a Ghanaian,
Yeah.
you know, and it's interesting. It's interesting.
Now he's my good friend.
Did
so-
they create Did they create that position themselves? And I think,
Yeah. I don't know how that works at all.
Definitely.
yeah, it's very interesting. It's interesting the things that happens. You know, there's a lot happening which I will talk to them about. For example, my interest is disability,
Yeah.
and we are not doing enough since 1957. I think it's gone worse
West,
for persons with disability.
West.
When our Black Stars, which is our football team, is going to play in any football matches or anything, our athletics team, the way they look after them is different to persons with disability team.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, recently the amputee team, they were making a lot of, they were very unhappy about a number of things, because they have to go to the African Cup of Nations Cup in Cairo and Egypt, yeah. And the government is not doing enough to support them. They're not showing any interest. But these are winners. They're bringing something to the country. But these people are not showing any interest in them.
Wow.
And the Paralympics team as well. They also complain about their difficulties. Them having access is difficult. Thank you very much.
BTV.
Okay. Thank you and welcome back. A historic journey of our independence. I have with me here, which I will let both of you introduce yourself. I think it will be good that way. Then you can do the introduction as you wish. You know, have Charles Asma and also Chairman here. Chairman, you want to go first?
Yeah, good evening, listeners. My name is Maxwell Osukodia. Today I'm here in the capacity as Lenome Chairman.
Yes.
And Lenome is one of the pillars in the Ghanaian community.
Yes.
And we have a say in the trajectory of our history. So today I'm here to share our journey, which is the journey of Ghana, and also share our vision for the future, which I believe is also the vision of the future of the average Ghanaian who has sojourned in this country.
Yes.
So I believe this discussion will be fruitful for all. Thank you.
And Lean on Me is making a lot of impact in the community, which I know you come and we'll talk about
we'll
it.
speak to Lean on Me.
Yes. Yes.
We have a lot to share, and we don't shy to share what we've done. Equally, we don't shy to admit our challenges.
Yes.
We've had our fair share of ups and downs, and we are where we are.
Maybe we can have Charles on the waiting list there on Lean on Me because it's full now.
Yeah, it's full. But Charles, he needs the political indoctrination. So yeah, we'll get him in.
Yes.
But I would have to first the political.
Okay.
Would neutralize your political allegiance to any party. All right, so go on.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Charles, yeah, I will allow if you can do your own introduction as well.
Thank you very much, Kula. Yes, viewers and listeners, today we have met in the name of our dear nation, Ghana. 67 years of after post-independence. In that sense, the conversation so far, we are going to add to it expectations for the future and how best we can shape a Ghana for all, so that at least we will be proud of. So, yes, my name is Charles Asma, and I'm here to support tonight's conversation. I am the branch treasurer for NPP UK.
Thank you, Charles. Before independence, as a country, we experienced exploitation, oppression, and the loss of our freedom or independence. Our freedom and prosperity were compromised with structures in favor of our colonial masters. As the first sub-Saharan country to gain independence in 1957, breaking free from colonial rule was a significant achievement for us and a turning point for the wider African struggle for self-rule. Our independence was classified as a symbol of hope and a mechanism for change throughout Africa. But today, we are where we are. That's what a lot of people are saying. 67 years, and we are still where we are. Some are even saying that in the old system maybe would have favored us than us. Others are saying, no, that's not the case. So, I mean, why are we still struggling? That's the question. All these challenges, why? Irrespective of, despite our natural resources, all these things, why are we still where we are? Before we go to your, who wants to go first?
I mean, this is an open conversation.
Yes.
Why are we where we are? It's a journey, yes. And behind the scenes, I was talking to my brother, and I said, yes, Chairman, there is room for improvement, but we also have to acknowledge the fact that we have made inroads as a nation. Prior to independence, yes, we were at the beck and call of other people, a sovereign nation, Great Britain. We had our independence, and there were a lot of power struggles from one military administration to the other, and so on and so forth. So you realize that we've had our fair share of turbulence. Then eventually, 1991, 1992, we accepted to go into democratic system of governance so that everybody will have a say. And we started electioneering process, and that calmed the tide. And gradually, yes, we've gotten to a point where we have embraced a system of democracy. Whether democracy is good for us or not is another thing. But democracy is good for the world, and therefore, a nation part of the world, I think democracy is good. How we manage that democratic dispensation so that we can enjoy the benefit of it is what we have to continue to work and improve upon. But yes, there have been excesses. But I think if we compare both, we realize it's not just about the socioeconomic development, but again, individual liberty. Because if the nation is very prosperous and people are not free, then that is not a nation. So we want both prosperity for all, and at the same time, liberty and freedom for the ordinary citizenry. So I'm sure as we go ahead, we'll put the two together side by side and see where we've come from, what we've achieved, and the improvement to be made, and how we can all surge in to the promised land.
Thank you. And Chairman, you heard what Charles was saying, and your own view of things as well.
All right. So yeah, I mean, I agree with him to an extent. I guess the question is, what is the yardstick for measuring progress or none? And it's very easy to say we have a long way to go. Of course, we do have a long way to go. But let's look at Ghana before independence. Before independence, what was the level of development in the life of the average Ghanaian? The average Ghanaian, what kind of homes did we live in? What employment did we have? What roads did we have? There was nothing like that.
Yes.
The bulk of our development has been post-independence.
Yes.
Now, other variables have to be considered. One, population have sprung up. Now, and our settlement culture is also at play with how things are. Because you look at, we like to settle on our farms. And so you realize how townships develop.
Yes.
One man springs up from the main town, sets up his own cottage somewhere in the hinterland, sets his family up, and that becomes his home. With time, people will join that person, and that place that used to be a single person's home becomes a mini town.
Yes.
Now, the challenge is that we would have to send development to all such places.
Okay.
Road networks, hospitals, basic amenities. It is just not possible. Look at Europe, UK, for instance. It is very unlikely that you choose to settle in between London and Milton Keynes. You find somewhere in the hamlet and you want roads to be extended to you. But that has been our story.
Yes.
And it makes development very difficult in that context. So I guess the whole paradigm of settlement has to be brought into play. Otherwise, yes, it's also an issue of leadership. And I guess it's become a cliche. There's leadership issues. Of course, there is leadership issue, but the mindset of the average Ghanaian, and I think that the leaders we have only represent the kind of society that they represent, because the leaders come out of the very society that they lead, and they are as good as the society from which the stuff from which they came from. Okay, so our leadership, if they are bad, they only reflect a society that produces these leaders. Okay. So we need to go back to the drawing board and begin to ask ourselves, what do we need to do with, especially not the old ones, but the children that we are bringing up? What culture are we inculcating in these kids, such that when they take up leadership roles in the near future, they will do that which we do not want them to do? So we can blame the current crop of leadership on the parents who raised these leaders. And the future leaders, their failures will be blamed on us, we parents today. So there is leadership, but there is societal issues.
Yes.
And regarding our development, I would trace it partly to our settlement.
Okay.
And if you know anything about settler communities in Ghana, and that is how most townships began. They normally would start from one family, then it becomes two, then it multiplies over time, it becomes a big town. Now, you would want roads to be extended to everybody, regardless of where they live. Schools to be sent to all these people's hospitals. It is just not feasible.
Yes.
It is not feasible. So, and it everything defaults to democracy. So what is democracy? I guess in as much as democracy is good, I think we need to nuance our own democracy based on who we are, what we are aspiring for.
Yes.
We don't have to copy and paste democracy from one jurisdiction.
From the Western world.
From one jurisdiction into, because it may not work in our system. Look at the way we are running. A government comes into power, they have four years to execute their manifesto. The first year is used in setting up the executive.
Yeah.
Within 2 years, they'll be getting ready for elections. There's barely any time left for any real work to be done. And mind you, when it happens like that, any political leadership would be more concerned about what would win them votes more than what would be the long-term interest of the country. Because what may be in the long-term interest of the country would not necessarily win you votes today. So, as a political party, what do you do? If you are faced with these choices, are you going to go long-term at the expense of your current political future? No. So, I guess we need to come back to your drawing board. Everybody, every stakeholder involved, and ask ourselves, what do we really want? How do we get to what we want? And those are the discussions that nobody has a solution to.
And I know Lean On Me have done a lot of work, but I want to introduce Dr. Egan.
Hi.
I will leave you to do the introduction for us, please. Talk a little about yourself in terms of your profile for our viewers too. And I believe your wife is watching as well.
Yes. I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
I'm one of the unsung heroes in London here.
Yes.
We've been treating many cases, complex cases among our people.
Yes.
Many diseases that over the years. I ran this practice in Lewisham.
Yes.
The place is called...
As a introduction.
As a medical practitioner.
Yes.
And also a global health consultant.
Yes.
So that's where I'm. I'm an integrative physician, so I've studied so many different things. I treat so many different cases as well.
Yes.
And then, over the years, I've been going around, traveling to many parts of Europe to do what I do.
Yes.
And that is to promote health and also to educate people on different health matters as well as treating very complex diseases among our people. So if anybody, in fact, because I believe that those who know me when they see my face, and those who don't, I'm just trying to let them know that I'm just here, and also in Ghana as well. I open a small practice in Ghana, a consultancy office in Accra where I normally go to occasionally do my work there as well.
Thank you.
So I've been on many media stations, TV, radio.
That's good.
Exactly, over there.
That's good, Doctor. So I can refer to you as Dr. Egan.
I am Dr. Richard Egan.
Richard Egan.
I live here in London, in Lewisham. Yes. And I run my practice in Lewisham as well on a high street.
Thank you. I wanted you to be part of the historic journey.
Okay.
And this is why I wanted you to be here, and also we will talk later about it. And you are sitting next to Lean On Me, Chairman Kodia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice meeting you.
Yes. And also Charles Asman.
We have to contact
No problem.
Yeah,
Nice
who
meeting
is
you.
also MPP, part and treasurer and part of the communication team.
Part of the communication,
Yes.
but I'm also a legal practitioner.
And he's also a legal practitioner. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back. The historic journey, 67th Independence historic journey for today. We've been talking. Welcome. If you can do a small introduction for us, you just join us. Dr. Egan just finished introduction. So.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Good evening to everybody. Apologies, me delay yeah, it's a public transport from United Kingdom. I'm buying any DMUntino.
Yes.
You can't control it, and I got a little bit delayed. But I'm glad I'm here. I was on a meeting. There's a couple of meetings going on in there. One was a minister, Anthony Tiana. I'm glad to be here. My name is Kwaku Bimpe. Many of you know me. I'm a UK Communication Director, MPP. So I'm privileged to be in the midst of, before I can say, chairman, now Dr. Charles, my brother. And one I know he's kind of crack, so the same way I did and say, it's so boom, so you're tight.
It's all about prudent management.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, we started the conversation with we have had independence since 1957. It's been a long time, and we are still where we are. You know, Chairman just talking, I just finished his analysis, and I think I will give you a chance, Doctor, because this is your first time on this program, so I don't want to put you on it. You go straight to Kwaku, and because he's used to these things. He's used to it. So, 67 years. Many are saying we are still where we are, you know, despite our natural resources. What do you have to say about that?
Kofi, that's it.
Yes.
And then I got your name wrong. Then I'm not doing it wrong. And then they even did it wrong. I think, sir, to some extent, it's fair to say perhaps we wanted to see a different type of development and they dance because it's you check out history in the last 67 years. You started with Dr. Nkrumah. Ntokwa ebe musoja fon tokwa true kunkum nipa atwie kwachiri. You started 81 Rollins NDC for niama. We had a serious economic problem. All those 80s in the economy negative. We went through a period of structural adjustment, poverty eradication, IMF niama until we started the Fourth Republic. Inti yense na enyina fa ko sa. Yakwa edim kakra. Nanso bi na step na 2 year no. Am kwachiri. And I think say every Ghanaian will agree with us. So I can say and I'm talking say as a Ghanaian, not particularly even as an MPP person, but as a Ghanaian. Say your bar bridge, me ba the family phone, my tappy, me bought my dress, my faka, but within 5 minutes, my foaba, the zoo taught me see, drive another man say, watch me on my bon como, me ba so kanya waha, kanya jinaso, boya juma kama. Because of the system now, team. This system has been built for years, and yet 67 years. You can start to build almost years over year industrialization. It took them over 100 years. We are now even thinking of industrialization, and yet MPP are buying na mencha or they one district, one factory buy any home transfer. And we have to admit. And now, Osaje for certain industrialization by we used to have 2 periods with free more. Ghana Sanko Kona cheap bus was a bit. A journey, there be a journey for 1,000 miles. You could enemy and sa near be a chimino, near Quenny Barco, near be a chimney and sa. Because of the interrupted military interruptions, of course, so and the 2, it's our political experimentations are for year and this is about 3 years, 4 years, even under democracy. 9 people, but we have said, it's not enough. We need a consistent growth. Party transfer for about 10, 15 years to do things. China did it. China transfer, they grew at 10 to 15% for 40 years. 40 years. So China population crack. And then cleverness, they had the education policy. No maba. Now with the additional question, would the lead development of China? They did that continuously for 40 years with no interruption. Now Ghana could transfer kakra 4 years away from so 4 years away, but it's okay. It's not too bad. We are young as a democracy. But let's be honest, we're not what we want to be. We will admit that. But we have made a lot of strive, particularly if you count the MPP administration efforts on making Ghana. And I'm going to be biased. Of course, I have to be. I'm not going to talk for an NDC government. No. Because it was NDC for 1981. Over the abroad. 1981, by say, Kwame Nkrumah factories, about 120 of them. So now, NDC for Nindia Kakra. And also factories. Can you say they, we had Combi factory, matches, jute factories, sack, and the clothing. All those factories in were diversified. I'm to tell you, it'd be very cheap. And I'm sure you for hey, and you make when you throw when you propaganda. But Sani on a course, no, actually, and you see about democracy. Yame Chadie, see a comparing this period and MPP period. I feel say in my own view, no, MPP period has been far better. We can name my go. In fact, in 2016, you have a election. There were some leading NDC figures, and I'm say NDC policy. They say, "We be say MPP ni policy, but cultural. See about free education. You see about one district, one factory. You see about can say planting for food and jobs. You buy ambulance for every constituency. You see the drones. These things were in the pipeline, and all that. You the campaign Magana for GA2. I want to Obama, His Excellency, and another Danko Akufo-Addo. So on the so." Now, when you're one day, unfortunately, we have to review. And I think that no MPP government will admit, say, and the Candy, I'm sure, said Dr. Waha, or the Wabeni, or Kind Woman. So he knows he's been reading the literature, and you know, correct. But we want to stick to the facts, and the fact is very right. See, education, road infrastructure, jobs, health, and some of these social interventions are buying the Ghana for. Many before some are buying from 2016 from President Kufuor time and a gateway to Africa. A quiet to try at the bar 2016 Excellency by no. Then you mark ye. So then yeah, I could be a push high. COVID names and to quite poor in a sense me a can be a professor me and Kabeka because a key a chromate a big kind. Yeah, you feel Brexit. And as I'm to go, Sanko buy na yere so buy. E be sin ne, omo a chancellor mo sikani bi no kre bi eguzu chezi bi no because they were able to afford to give some reliefs for Omo Nkrofo, isn't it? That's similar to what we did in Ghana when the COVID came. And they are costing a lot. Now to fear, doctor, now when you're Juma 1 year, you have a doctor Oko school Western and do PhD. If you have 50-60,000 pounds a year. Maybe in go school, if you are a labourer, maybe 20,000 pounds a year. Me no me no nyina yare ba yan kwa juma for 1 year 6 months 8 months sika na go fa no me wa have bills to pay enti country sika na yeso wonya no ama enipa de bi de na etu omuka unfortunately no the government was committed to making sure say Ghana ni bia be na ketua public sector workers almost 1 million of them no mo etu omuka abana ka se wan kwa juma ntia ma sika maybe a teacher ni na me fie for some of the time na me study online but they try make up but one go school because of the area no but you try make up Ghana for your interventions bebre ye mamusuo ye momaduane sani mani nyina ye car every day I say ko loan the IBB obetua German you have to pay and you no be ba ye can cost no kakra na bi mbaka so na bi na say World Bank for mamusika IMF for mamusika eni no kure but so wo hwe sika na nka wo ye nya and this car so the land so this car a buy and this car na nka wo ye nya as a Ghana etum pon ye GDP. Those were some of the times in the history of Ghana yen sika no ye den e call from because nobody was going to work. No be encourage me to fear. Na sa World Bank sika ko he fa hen de ya account am World Bank. Omo this car man no. Omo so be very happy with the way you spend this car. Because it's one a way of introduction and I'm glad to be here. And Ghana ni bia wotie me and I always say this. Mo akoma ntoyem. Mama mo yakoma mburu yakoma so. Ne suban mburu yakoma so. Me na so for no betima describe it better than me. Yes, I need a mistake because aban no ntefa ko. Obi wo ha na bia na bibi na ehi keke. Obi ha no ni mobi, ono na ko school. And now a minister e bia na aban amane car no dem no bibi ofu say I don't know that came na me na came. And the government machinery has to work. So BBC said the Oklahoma US, for example, the biggest democracy. So America said BBC cream, vice president, and so they can continue to do what? To maintain order and rule the country. I am Sahana Ghana so be a very juma me de ma no se de kofi e wo se onya ne maka kra obetibra ye adwuma e bia no bi any bit of adwen to some extent, which is fine. We can debate about that. That is why we have MPs. We call MP home. Now go make a case. Now, as I'm not confident. Timmy, that's it. First time.
Yeah, that was it. Thank you, Doctor. Well, how do you want to go? English, PA, and Arabia? Okay.
I can say, what did you start here? Yeah, come on,
you might not like politics, and we don't want to take the program as a politics. You know how you want it.
Okay.
Now, okay, yeah, system, yeah, 67 years, and people are still struggling. And where do we go from here? We are even the poverty rate in Ukraine.
It's still there. Yeah. I mean, point in NSA, one would say national development as a nation, BI development is very difficult.
Yes.
In fact, Chairman, I'm so kind of
yes.
I shall before Kokubai. I'll say it's had 4 years. I think somebody mentioned that.
Yes.
And it's had 4 years. They're very difficult. One would say, idea, it has to be reviewed. And it will be in the interest of all the parties. That's what I say. So what left, so what right, you know, so what middle or center. It will help you because, what I see, they say, 4 years, you know, is right. And now we need enough time also for development.
Yes.
Obi obeba subiano, me kada, don't say, I'm into psychology too.
Yeah.
And nipa behavior.
Yeah.
Within certain period of time, you know, Uber try. In fact, I don't believe it's Obia or Babia or intention, be say, or mine or Babonabro. I don't think so. Party Biara or Babiano, Ghana, Nakuma do Ghana. Party I say. And I mean, I can see, so said, they really love to actually serve the nation as they should. So I can say. But what I see in this, because of lack of enough time, so Uba Sanoa, Obisu can say, Ube structure things, be not first 2 years, no echo. And to say, a band is one could not be bear say 8 or 10 years. And Tina normally no party be about or pray for 8 years. So be 2 terms.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's possible, sometimes it's possible because psychologically, no. As a nation, no, see a TRC say the first 4 years, no, a ding. In fact, sometimes they could just be very magical. Say, ube to me di a ye in Kunya or Peso Yina and Sana, 4 years naso. And I think it's giving that background, you know, I believe it's Obia wa Babiano, to be honest with you, from many analysis, no, they believe it's Obia Ayibi. So, Senior Odi Kaka and say, and yet stand still, sir. Given the background, any contest, yeah, you can clearly see, say, Binumunya and Combeya more. Ni drew baby, I said, ball, yeah, ball, they do in Pimpin, Bina, go Nima, and so simply in your extra 30 minutes. Yeah, Baba count, yes, a time, no so swasson, as a Monia Mungo. One thing here, mobile ball, one chain ticket. Oh, but to have one water, I just say, because you cannot get enough time to do it. Into the baby say, and yet, Ubia Mubi, just Mumia Mubi. I mean, I'm using this as an analogy. Just sound a bit to me, psychologically. Only part never try. But already brain one anymore. Really a bad deal. And a Ghana so no one thing a be a Yaka can say. So, meaning some may try, now soon whom some may try. Me program me Kosu. Now say a drum pepper, so when I yen to me in yen we are. May I hand over and come in to my culture war. Say, man to me, but was. But please, the air handy over mamma say, sa program we a beboa. Mopa mo great impact no. It's an education reformer a beboa. A year we are a beboa. Into mummy entrance in discussing. And son ya rock yen son in the mamma. Send to me and a continuation. Because lack of continuity of some of these programs and answer projects, no. Yes. I can't be into me. Encore and say, yeah, copy. Of course, we be cast 7 years. Yeah, go baby, I wouldn't agree. Yeah, go baby, because Western world, you know, when we say it is about the way I almost educate almost mind. Let's say no much almost structures on the good aquamono. Structures be a over won't even look away from it. You are going to continue. Idea be a on say send you on my labor bar conservative. Labor and Jimmy shy away. Now on can say, oh, we nominate dear, oh dear, because we have to pursue manifesto democracy and execute everything again to me. When we back at sao, we bet much a bony now. Sometimes we share bona no sa can say, mumuno, ye cadie. But in human terms, you know, and in practical terms, you know, and yet they are very sure say, which may be in now. Until they can't to say, some my opportunity in view, I bet to us. Some my opportunity view, Obi or Babani, yes, let me say, Obi say, Mr. Obi, my dear, so you're in, and you'll be. On him, Mamma, isn't it? And there's a certain song of Montato. A friend say, yes, say, Miss Robia, or Obedi, my dear, say, on him, Mamma. Ain't near Obedi, what dear no, and go what you yes. Now, on twice, say, bear a bed or my gun and Nina. We believe it's a side, they need the shame one. It'll go a long way to try to eradicate certain things, remove certain things, and then put certain things in place. Okay, into structures, if the coso aye juma, whilst the other person is not there. Into antagonism, and in your market in Kitty aye no, 4 years no. It is just like Uti baby. Now when we air. Now when him say psychologically, the person now all creating to one another person. Okay. Situation makwine wuntini enwie di obeye. To him say uniano, ba mi small upon them more. Into crowd before we be free, so the crowd will come to answer. But say if there's more time, and the depending say, okay, make my year, may try, they make to my mayor, they mean to me no, Massa, contrast, but they make out to see say, so far, Obia, enough from with here. Parties Indian now, since we entered into the Fourth Republic, I'm not really here to condemn, say, Obi Gashi, I'm not, it's not my remit. Then with the kind of say,
what is in the best interest for
what
the
is
country?
In the best interest for the country and for the people. And to be about on tour dear, Obia Yasu, not Obia so on top.
Yeah, thank you. Next year, no, we can. We concentrate on health matters for 1957. Community participation. You say is an area you want to talk about as well. Yeah. Say how you using the independence here as Ghanaians. You know, are we benefiting from it from here? You can be about yourself and also how you using the lean on me to support the community and doing things for the community as well.
Yo, Medasi, I'm say director for communication. The Kasamuno. Observe say lean on me so day.
Mr. Bimpe.
Mr. Bimpe. I say na lean on me.
Man can you papa be friend? Can you why papa be friend has it?
Openye Bimpe, director himself. That's it. All right. The woman say. Also within the Ghanaian community and our structures, these are the structures that members within the community. Now, I'll give you one example. When pandemic hit, Lenome is like any other charity organization in the community. We took it on ourselves. Some of your members are no more Sebi Omon Kratasem,
yes,
and we pay who were not eligible for the fellow scheme and all the structures that citizens were getting. You boy such people.
Okay.
Apart from that, we are into partnership with several communities in Ghana. You're born with development projects.
Okay.
Aside of we are also not selfish. You boy a couple of food banks, to give them support.
Okay.
But I dare about you say you far too your honest say. Also heard the story of the Ghanaian in this country. Before the 70s, we're coming without visas. Very few people were making it. Yaya independence, in the 70s, when they introduced visa system, we have visas in Ghana. Our growth has been quite gradual.
Me in Katio, but I just want producer to know that we spoke about Ghana visa here as an area of and also our viewers. Now, when you make visa application, it asks you if you have a criminal record. If there is any criminal history as a result of program from Omega TV here. So yes, thank you.
My idea.
Yeah, you read this. Yes,
But
yeah, thank
see,
you. So
but-
continue. Please.
Dr. Head and Jamaican, I'm sure he would support me in some sense. The average age of Yememe club no, is about 50 years, plus or minus 5 years.
Okay.
So that's the average age. In the next 15 years, no, the bulk of these members would be pensioners. Mm-hmm. Now, what keeps us moving up and down, going to work and cry, go school? These things you don't know, but they keep you.
And some are still having children, babies.
Some having children.
Wow.
Now, even if you're having kids now, in the next 15 years, some crown number in 24. You see, you drew our stage now. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, some marriages don't even travel beyond. Nabosa Bemano, now acquire alone.
Yes.
Now, loneliness, Dr. Obemi, it complicates the health and well-being of people. Now, we do not have structures within our community for such people. And I don't want to, but Ohe Turkish community, they have it. They have their own centers. Yes. You might think, say, oh, Turkey. Somalia for also have it. You might, everything looks and feels Somalia. There's none in the Ghanaian community. And one of the things that Lenome, it's our project now, is that we are looking to get a place of our own. That we do and Lenome from Kwa. It's serving the Ghanaian community, the elderly.
Okay.
So when you enter this place, it will look and feel Ghanaian. I was reluctant to use Nkokro, but yeah, Owari, Ludu, and yes, what will happen is that you do our age now, or sell now a betting shop, because sometimes it is difficult even to keep your heaters on.
Okay.
And so we spend most of our time in the club, in the pub, betting shop. Nafi, old say Obano so jaw na crying in the wa na why lonely, depression, dementia, yare bia any seminar, then they kick in. And what we are working on now as a project is in the next 5 years, and we are not really in a rush, but in the next 5 years, working in partnership with the councils, the local authorities, and other sponsors that we have now, we are looking to have a place that would look and feel Ghanaian for the elderly. Because, me feel say, it may not be an issue now because the population of elderly Ghanaians among those now. Imagine the next 10 years. You see, I bet those who come out. You say yanko.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
thank you.
It's a project.
You're working towards it, and it's a project.
It's a project we're working on. And for the benefit of director, MPP communicator, no. I think say it's in his own interest. Or really no me a no far ne tam no.
Yes, that's
because
I think
we're raising Cindy, and before Kokoro and campaign maybe so that we are going into delving into offensive health, isn't it?
Yeah, hold on. You will go into that, but Charles need to. I say Drew Charles. Charles.
Yes, quick.
Yeah, try your best in terms of the challenges. What are we not doing?
All right.
What are we
not doing?
And I feel so no. What other suggestions now with media bar in terms of moving forward? Right.
So we share first world countries, the so-called there is what we call development plan, national development plan, not political party development plan. So national development plan doesn't really matter which party there was, so it has to be followed.
Yes.
And I don't know when this were more or less, yes, you have yours to add to it, but it doesn't take. We didn't take a president over national bet, you know. So education be aware. The council in this, and draw and I made you say, hey, me have Kolana me Vision 2020, Rollins time. See Vision 2020, Ghana Vision 2020. You try 2020 or 2024, and I was asking myself, wow, Vision 2020 never trouble call. Now what are we talking about? Come now, Vision 2020. If it was a national vision, it doesn't really matter which political party takes over. The vision is to get to a Ghana where we'll be boasting, say, post-independence. Maybe I person you do. It's a about question say and say. Yes, we have political party manifestos, agenda, idea, but say yet nice name we say we should have a common framework for developing Ghana. We call it National Development Agenda, which will incorporate the various interests of the various activists, political activists, social interest groups, and so on and so forth, trade union groups. Then we have the national agenda. Say, so we a political party. We manifesto no. This should take precedent. Yes, that is one thing. The other thing is why, as I say, say, Ghana, your codified constitution, written constitution. Constitution, no, Ghana. Say, sure, any constitution, secondary. In this BB, Kranas, Mrebi, Emma, we just say this is unconstitutional. Constitution is the mother law. But the constitution that came in 1992 had a context. Because at that time, Ghana was accepting democratic governance or system of ruling. Abrofwe, Bill Clinton, convincing Rawlings at the time, say accept this, it is good, that is the order of the day. We accepted and we had to come up with a constitution. At that time, in those days, it wasn't easy for people to be stealing and doing a whole lot of things because of the role traditional leaders play at the time. But we had our 1992 constitution, and the constitution, we read the constitution from A to Z. You can see, say, it's like something that has been put together to protect the interests of some people. And we have all agreed, say, it favors the executive more than anybody else in Ghana. Now, going forward, I
just want to say something here. We had Councillor Eileen Allardyce not long ago. I think she's still here at the studio on the other side. And what she was saying that Ghanaians, Africans are learning from the Western world, not in the Caribbean. And she feels that it's time for also for us to also look at what the Caribbeans are doing and follow suit. You go to Jamaica, for example, you see their waters, white as snow. Our side, the way we manage our water system, we could learn something from there. We could learn a lot of things from there. And she's also mentioned about education. That is what we are lacking in terms of education. Although we have universities, we have colleges, we have everything there, we feel that our way of learning is not good enough. Is it something that you feel?
Well, let me land, profile my view on what the speaker before me shared. So as I was saying, the Constitution, and I'm glad, sir, the MPP flag bearer, the current Vice President, has said, sir, it is true. So Ghana can say, Constitution is still serving the purpose. So Ghana, on Ghana ye. Into ono nyame yaduna onya akwenye no a obesesa this. He will be the first president. Obeka say whether if favor me or say favor me
and wait.
Me say he will be the first president. He's never been a president before.
No, I know, but I'm saying why didn't he try? He's a vice president.
He has never been a. You see, you are here. What the boss directs is what you follow. You see, so what he's saying is that when he becomes the president of Ghana, he will ensure that we review the 1992 constitution. So that even though it favors him as a president, he wouldn't look at himself, but he will look at the interests of Ghanaians. Well, what I'm saying is it's a message that the flag bearer gave.
Yeah. No,
and therefore, a lot of presidents, understand, a lot of presidents before now had the should I say the interest to do it, but it is the
political will.
What the political will? Because I don't know, when you get there, you realize that, Master, hey, this Bible is really good for me and for everybody, but for me first. So let me just follow it, and then we forget that we intended to review it. And therefore, if we have somebody who is saying that when I come, I will make sure that we review it, and certain things which are not helping us, we improve it.
I think they're all saying it now.
Well, at least we give benefit of the doubt to and therefore going forward. No, that is another thing. The other thing that we should learn from other countries, of course, we always have to learn from the best practice from other places, and therefore, if we the lady is proposing that we learn from the Caribbean, I believe what they are doing. Most people will say that, well, it is what the blood and the zeal in them from the root, and therefore we can learn from things like that. And I'm happy to hear say at least the way they manage their water bodies and so on and so forth is fed into the national agenda. So if we have a national agenda of that nature, it will help everybody. And you become the president, you have to follow that national agenda. You become. Of course, you have your manifesto.
Can I chip in on this national agenda? I mean, and we are all here. Listen, there's only so much any party in this UK can do. We have British standard that governs everything around our life. If you are building, you need to comply with British standard. If you window specification, there's a standard for it. There is British standard for everything. So when a party is drafting their manifesto, they are doing so within the context of the prevailing standards. So if we had a national development program, as we are all saying, similar to the British standard they have, you can't deviate. Now, British standard determines the barest minimum quality of houses that people have to live in. You can't go below that. Okay? And mind you, compliance to standards creates jobs. Yes. The more you are complying to standards, that's how jobs are created. Now, in our case, because we don't have the standards, you can have your house and next to your house, somebody comes to set up a nightclub. It cannot happen in this country.
Even roofs, you don't have nowhere to drive.
Now, every building in this country has a planning permission that determines what the building is intended for, and it stays like that. You cannot change it. So yes, we need those standards. But before we come to the standard, I think one area that we need to be addressing our minds to is are we getting value for money in the projects we are doing? The value for money essence of it, and without making names. I think we all live with the politicians, and we know how within 4 years people who were like us become so rich because they're in politics. Yes. I think the level of corruption is mind-boggling. Corruption is one of our biggest cancer, apart from everything else. And I think we lack selflessness. It's more about ourselves and our immediate family more than anything else. And it cuts across both sides. Yes. These guys who are campaigning to come to power, both sides, they are only coming to continue what these guys, the current guys, are doing. And I think to the extent that it happens to us, I think we are also complicit with the nationals. We are also complicit. Because if we didn't allow ourselves, we couldn't have been taken for a ride for far too long. And the discussion will be ongoing. And I will tell you, I think I have an allegiance here. I'm a lean NPP. But I think sometimes we need to tell truth to power. And it's better we advocate for reform within our own setting than anything else. It's just like football. Now, you don't jump from Arsenal to Liverpool because Arsenal has lost a match. You have to stay in Arsenal and hope that the team improves. So we can have our party structures as it is. But you see, one thing is that politics naturally would our democracy would naturally split us into opponents. Whatever NPP ni bɛyɛ no ɛnyɛ NDC ni fɛ. The NDC ni bɛyɛ no ɛnyɛ NPP ni fɛ. So from day one, 50% of the population are looking for faults. And if you're looking for faults, you're certainly going to find faults. And when say, oh, Fefe, yeah, Fefe, who Samai be brave. There's so many Samai that we don't even know what to do with them.
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, Doctor.
I'm said a lot has been said so far. I think that the mindset psychological is one thing for standard.
And the corruption mindset.
Exactly. The mindset that comes right from the society, you know, the fundamentals, you know, and Kasani is wrong. Say Abia Ukobe B Nebia. There's a queue.
Yeah.
Of course you have to you need to go somewhere.
Yes.
You can't be in that queue for 1 hour to get to achieve what you want to achieve before you go. So if somebody opens the opportunity, say, oh, this will be with you or do we anymore. Now what you might achieve with your over here, no one could feel in Taiwan. Most people will do that. They will go for it is and not you see anything that you don't open opportunities for people. Say see menim ha. Na say me feel say ahochire kakra bia bana meeting sa bu mu kakra. May you be no ma dwen so okay. Time be so meeting me return here. Na mentimi ava ma. Say can see menim nti na me yiye. Say eni menim a mentimi yi. I don't have to keep money here. I mean, here's a me reso ma ban. Because in Sabibum, a natural, and then many people who are young, it is fundamental with human nature. There's something called human nature. So we had the anthropology and psychology and the philosophy of human behavior, and you may be rebel say. Because and many people who say, I likely say, a bit may happen. In Timinka, and you may be you mentioned standards. Yet you see what say. British in Libya was standard. In fact, some of the buildings I see here, I travel a lot to here because what I do most of the time, I do a lot of health promotional programs. So they take us to places. We stay in houses in Germany, in other places, in hotels and other things. But Britain, yes, standard neighbor from. So we had councillor down almost see. Now we have problems and in fact in the community, and these are some of the things I know say Ghanaians here in this country are going to complain when we start talking about these. But we have come across patients who are actually suffering from psychosomatic problems, such as so Nipani Tifina Ubi Abetina in general this table. Now catch the council and just standard na ye canumpono. Ebi ikofom. And I was telling somebody recently, say, Germany, you dare not disturb someone. Because they will get people to investigate. Whereas in some of the councils here, no, they just tell you, say, just listen to this thing, write this thing down, bring it to us, let us investigate. How do you actually check whether the person did it deliberately? And I also saw person who so deliberately against the other person. How do you measure that? Into pono standard na ya can na may did dock room ha. You buy hand from you say. Say near my air dilute.
Yana say no, say because standard name from housing. Housing related problems, medical problems are. You won't believe it. Because any family be brain and they can't complain because someone complaining. All the council will say is gather the evidence and give it to us. It may take you 10 years. And you may even die in the process.
Yes.
People come to us and we see. I treat all kinds of cases. And some of these cases, which will say are more related to psychosomatic, that is psychological related, and then also lifestyle, of course, lifestyle here. The Ghanaian lifestyle here, is such that it leaves much to be desired. Now, the sad reality is just get money quickly from here, go and build in Ghana, have all these things. You don't blame them. So be able to sit down with Ghana. Because fundamentally, it be ni ho.
Okay.
It be ni ho so be our had one. Na pie boy nyina say, only opportunity no go sit down with you. And down also so na ho din nyina ne just say or na or the sika nyina ko to ho no. Yen fa sit down ma no. E bi okra na onko ho kra na akwa dem da.
Thank you.
But because you need some structures you fear. Because we know the angel when him brain die be no only this obesi die. If you say obenye bi mu atena.
Thank you.
Yeah, also so you want to factor some of these things and find share policies need be. Now you free in fact a die affordable. Free there it's not possible sir at the moment. But affordable means to say anka adaya. And I've always been saying these things to say send your tongue
in Ghana.
yeah, maybe both. But send a yes to you.
Are you talking about here or in Ghana?
Over there. I'm talking about over here.
You pay 600 Ghana.
Affordable means to say once you be making way say me pay 600 a year. So tana den. And so see Diane san what tana den. Because so kwa high Diane was here 2 years. And I see assistance rule, but it doesn't work. They are still taking 2 years in Ghana. Yes.
They end up in the village, countryside.
Exactly. Very good. It's the same. They are say these are things that what's a share. Now you factor into things. Maybe you'll be a baby piano. Factor some of these things in there. Because Ghanaians say walk room ha Tiomo Tito because sit down you say Ghanaians no baby say so are dying in Sasia Yeton. The land that Yeton Ghana na be sheme. Because one real estate is very good. But I can tell you, it's a real estate. It's not real estate. Until we end up saying the indigenous Ghanaian, no, crying never wuntana. Until we are no be too quiet. Pepano. Say any panel, and a bit more for the class. Any of this real estate. So what we are trying to say is say, Yanya Niema Anka say, yes, see down a crowd. Say, Saland, I hear tone to be brigade. They bet to me at the B and so SC Sada in such a way, say. Obiara wo o man no no wahu ehia se obekọ nwakwa just say because sikani bi ho no mo bodunya e na ebobo 2 years fabra onipa na nye yo beda wanting. So
these are some of our challenges.
The challenges need be no because ho no ukọ Ghana na utie amanfo eya e fa no omokoda na ejina dan so Atitia go through age and die.
A lot of people.
Very much so. In the year
a number of people are displaced. They are rough.
Exactly. In the year tons are said. Now the year woman say, Obia was asleep in all tongue. Oko Krubia so. Oh yeah, na no sas new. Na ye chaton. Ni ebe ton ni ebe drew break no. Ebe we say Ghana's population be do mpenso bia. Afi no ebe den so bi kra be nya be ni theater. Europe,
so most people are leaving the country as a result of this land issue.
Yeah.
So we are losing skills in our country. It's not enough. As a result, they are looking for a way out. And what doctor is saying is the pressure of not having their own places. Pressure. The government have a plan for that. We are talking about 67 independence and the historic journey. Is this the reason why people are leaving the country? Do we have enough skills in the country, Kweku, to do some of the work that we are doing? Is it because as a result of we are squad now this squad will be any Ghana? Oh. You will any services in Maha Kroma. This squad, who the squad they were Yanka. A small squad. You have yes,
by brain drain. I didn't need your brain drain. They stop among for some brain drain. We are not stopping.
I remember people go back with the skills to help the country.
Well, I've been listening to my co-panelists and Dr. Akasanamete, land issues and housing issues. And I would say, and it's for free Ghana. Perhaps that's not very accurate.
Yes.
Maybe free Ghana, and then you're 19 I'm free Ghana. Namo baby.
Yes.
Now, Namo baby, 1 and 2. Then you say me pass. I see be up to no be mammy tonte mammy free fee. That was not the reason. Me too quiet because I wanted to come and learn.
Yes.
The bazin be soon idea. I'm a minimum day. I couldn't move kakra. Unfortunately for me, me go at this anyway. Na the chrome half was a crowd being rodea my uncle be. Sahayana age mama and kakra. Now it's an experience and Sunday I walk. And when I'm doing perhaps and they're very accurate. It's a Ghana full free hope because of us as a top. But of course we have a serious challenge with land issues. Let's be honest. Since the colonial times, land ownership in Ghana is the most complicated issues you can ever think of. Lands are not owned by individuals; they're owned by families and chiefs and customary clans.
Yes.
And to be able to get a land to do a government project, the hurdles have to go through and so it takes years. And so so the process will be, how do we then simplify your land ownership system so that it will become easier for government to do some of the projects? That's the question. Now, thank God, MPP Abamba has state housing, virus or Dano. He's done a fantastic job in terms of housing. They more about workers, £600. Now, they've been able to make arrangements with the local chiefs in almost every town. Almost see are dying thousands across the country. Almost it be a outright pay. Perhaps a lot of the people are priced out.
Yes.
But there are some for government workers. And this is because of the MPP government. So one way.
Price you almost have to know. In MPP government.
No. Then the Chroma you be a distributor down. You can't buy a house or to no.
But
you need
to privilege.
No, Kofi, let's be honest. Uti Chroma, how you under privilege? Forget all to that. Uti be taught. Uti social housing. You cannot buy.
But do we have social
No. Listen. Side down ownership, no. You have to have a deposit of 50 grand, 30 grand, 40, 50, 60 grand. Now, who will be earning less money? Who earning 20,000 a year, 30,000 a year? You cannot provide. So that is what the government has made.
People?
Hold on. That is what the government has made the social housing arrangement. Say, more musike swano, more tax be, but we will look after you through the benefit system. That is a system we perhaps have to emulate back home. But a financial system is a serious burden. The UK spends 260 billion thereabouts every year on social care and social housing. Well, I'm sure he knows what I'm talking about. Now, what Ghana can do is a journey that we're going on. At the moment, this MPP government is simplifying the land ownership systems. Reforms are by 2017. Digitizing systems to make it easier to own land, to get papers for land, which was a problem. So to us, I say, you take my paper. Now you probably 20 and so cross our paper. But now, you digitizes our land documentary systems. Yes, but this is the beginning. So give it a couple of years, and you may be now start a year, Juma. It needs time. We'll start the car. It warms up before you move the car. We'll be about this for sure. It takes time, and that is a Ghana for your say. Now you might have opportunity and a chance. We are simplifying the land system, ownership systems. State housing, NDC, 12 as at 2017, now 12 and a state housing. Almost see State Housing Corporation, organized SHC. No more talk, no being talk. They were trying to sell it, and nobody was buying it. Yeah, but you know, virus, you did it. Thank God, Nim Dio America. Hold on, Kofi. Mama, no see. Let drive virus, Quabridge, goes at the housing Kakra, or the Kofi immigration as well, okay. And you'll be on the bed tonight, you'll be back home. There are many people in government who are almost on Massa Kofi. You know, virus, or when you do the housing, and thousands of houses are almost see across the country from the north to the south. We know there's a big north and south divide. We know that there's a big south and north and south divide. And they was baby brave. Look at this country. A will detached house for her. You will semi-detached. You will terrace house for her. You will flats. And then you will some bungalows in the it would be sorry, say detached house when you're earning £20,000 a year. It's an unrealistic expectation. So let's be realistic. We are paying now 1 million, whatever. Maybe now they are flat. And me das it. Me then I say His Excellency Tabamu ba me am buy aban dey abai. Yes, carry you cry is hostel amom. E ma to turn him kwa so so that there. You see hostel amom my training. They won't be atra. And they buy police. You reform me please. Sit down or police for soldier for. Me patch mama no see coffee. And you try me try. You can fact check it. And they buy the police housing reforms. So I buy see security personnel. Say sit down ama enkofo a ye ban bo shop nsa. Please for soldier for no massive infrastructure for them. when it comes to a dying infrastructure, let's be honest, in the last 67 years, it be a bit but more credit when it's due. And then I am a cano. Me a communication director for MPP, but I will always be very objective. Of course, I'm very biased. But me from any Kwagan and who dying. See, a citizen who Makayu for and a biniho. Me from any Kwagan who dies, police for them with Timu Tantan. Now, a bambia banner what to me, I see from my own renovate and more training. Then I housing issues here. You pay for you can't even know. Enti, second, you come here and you be an episode I saw better dying. And then you be an episode I saw better detached and not semi-detached and not terrorists. Let me tell you, the last time I told nine, I needed at least 30,000 years ago. So I kind of come and force me. So you have to be realistic. No atobo, no yejuma. This is the values that LCA change society. No, your society, the values we're missing it because of the advent of the Western culture. No? But then, yeah, success is not overnight. Some people have been working. Some people have been working for years to save money. You have to work. I'm sure Obiawaha, chairman of our doctor, they're with me. 1 year, Juma, answer, Visca, Bese, 10 years. So I don't know over I guess who for be and I wouldn't have been able to agency actually. Yes, I wouldn't need arrangements. When it comes to the skills every coffee, many million I to have a product of every Ghana. I didn't tell you coffee. Your reason, dear, but yes, aha.
Is this having impact on the country?
Coffee, UK, yeah, but if Brexit, Bono, there was a debate. If Brexit, yeah, Koha. And they were talking about all the figures. Many of the UK people, UK developed country, almost Europe. There's a number of them. And Europe, in this global age, you cannot stop immigration. You have to manage it. Many people say managing in school when I buy a chair and some of my corner, show I'm buying more. So one years ago when I was a league, one of Dr. Williams' speech, I said that the cow or the sheep will always go where the grass is greener. If you don't put systems in place, people are always likely going to move. And trust me, people move from America to come here. People move from Canada to go to America. You cannot stop immigration in this day and age because the world has become very small. And then if I phone out, make me a video call. Oh, crazy. Yeah, then your say, I bind you by all my candidates. And they obey me at the So we are making gains. And some of the gaps we have to plug, say, make the country attractive. How do we make the country attractive? We have to reform our education system for a start, which is what we have been doing as an MPP government. The massive reforms we brought in education is unprecedented. We see that. This week also, His Excellency Bawumia, Dr. Bawumia, is going to open apprenticeship programs to tie in with the STEM renovations and innovations together with the senior Freestone High School initiatives. When it comes to education infrastructure, we've done a lot of reforms. And so we are moving in the right direction. As the pace, and I had a bit more problem with it. So who feels that okay, we are NDC, we are a different political party, and I have to mention this. That's also the opposite of Ghana and our some immigration rules now. It's unrealistic. You cannot do it because you can't stop people from traveling. Which I say, yes, you're trying these countries after, and in particularly after COVID. So some of the countries in Canada, they're all doing immigration programs. Germany, immigration programs. And they're pulling skills left, right, and center. Australia, they're pulling skills from frontal. US, UK, Canada, they're taking. So we have to prepare Ghana for a global workforce. How do we do that? We need to train, upgrade the education system to a level. We have a feeling, we have a reason to be here, but we also have a reason to contribute to your community. And so we do everything that we do in Ghana. Yet any program, how about Ghana? So we are in a way contributing to the political discourse on how Ghana moves forward. Yes, I be a Tehani, set to Krumbe, be a every kill with an chicken and chips and sausages and a pan chicken and chips, potato, a lamb, and I don't need that baby. No, even though we're here, we know here, I was in Ghana in October. I want to contribute my bit to the discourse. Charles was in Ghana. Charles is going to go again. I'm sure said Dr. Ani Chairman always go. And the foreigners, the exchange, I feel 3 billion, as far as I remember, yearly from those at Tiabuchi. So, yes, we are depriving the skills on one hand, which is something the government has to have a policy on, a very difficult terrain to survey. But we are returning about 3 billion every year to the Ghanaian economy. That is massive. That 3 billion, I no ho chenam ntwin. So that's it. So there are advantages on both sides. Now I wrote a paper years ago regarding Saudi way. I didn't know be but what on asase no Bible chena or so to Ghana no go school. See, it doesn't make sense. But we have to make the country attractive. How we do that is we strengthen our institutions. We have this pluralist political arrangements, which we have, but we have to strengthen it. And then perhaps in my way in Kofu Bufu Homasho Kakrebia Yeteso. Now free institutions say police any omukasa wan kan obi aso land me make us land so ho buy us na say dia what you vote obi have friends say ma me kasa na me ho tobe so we need to look at the whole country. Not me say we development plan. Ghana has a development plan which is the National Development Planning Commission, our presidency. They have a 40-year plan. And we are part of the poverty reduction strategy. You can Google it. It's there. But you and I know that when it comes to politics, the party may have its plan, there is a plan. There's always a little gap, we have to admit. And yes, there are certain things that even a Kruma, apart from defense and health, I think defense and health, and the cross-party arrangement that way about trust, I think defense and health, I stand to be corrected. Neman and security, yes, or defense security, foreign affairs, and a cross-party policy. You have to buy law. Yeah, the NTSA. It even doesn't down. I don't just say such a chance so because political party, it costs money to win elections. It costs money to run elections. They may have their own agendas. They may have their own plans for the country. But what is central? They say policy piano should be leading to poverty reduction for the citizens. And there has been no better government that has done it than the NPP government. As far as I'm aware, if we look at standards of living, that is what I said. You have standards of living. Kofi, ultimate can't tell me say ne and ne. Kofi obi akasa mo kasa. Mama kasa nwe bisra. Ultimate can't tell me that say standards of living. E wo fie
because time.
I'm going to end just one more second. Ultimate compare standards of living now and a couple of years back. Because all the indicators are showing that we were doing very well. GDP per capita, cost human HDI, human development index, cost education level, cost on all those parameters. Yeah, they share coin nipa so and what on. Yeah, they to say covered by. But we're turning the corner and the BA canon. So as a country, that we're in a very challenging and difficult crossroads. And it's not about politics, it's about making the right decision and the right choices.
It's not
but it comes back to politics because we need somebody to rule the country. Who do we vote for? MPP.
Doctor, I say common a debt reduction strategy, poverty reduction strategy.
Yeah.
But which will count here. Now, no more people are more scholarship at the Bible tree. Do you think the country gets value for money? Do they go back?
Well, senior,
how many years? 15 years.
Depending on, don't say, will be better. Britain, I say. So if you travel to some of these, towns outside London, so many places. I want to go there. Will be Okwana. So your casa going to go into Europe. Have a vehicle going to Ghana. Or in a small town, or in a village, or na you just say, "Obi or no more, uncle baby ada," but you see. So what we are trying to say is say, those people don't travel because baby are oteno ayamano. So what they are trying to do over here, even though you would say it's not perfect, but at least they are trying their very best to try to make sure say these townships baby are obekobiano. Bibia kakra wo ho enti onipa na ekwa say your man scholarship na or back or kwa another country we say
your man scholarship call another country or your school now. How many of them do go back to Ghana to support us?
Ghana dey yati bebre meaning figures no meaning set bebre enko football cry no me you finish saying the health one of the health advisors for CGA. Recently, I'm someone launched Cultural Games Association. We are one of the elected first board members for both Ghana and UK. some of the people that were coming to display some of the sporting activities and games, were denied the visa. And it was a very sad event. We were expecting these people to come so that they can display, because cultural display, is so beautiful.
Yes.
Anything be a cultural, indigenous to Ghanaian society and communities, and as some of these things also keep our people there. When villages near the idea, activities be one can now it gives a lot of pleasure to the society. In fact, treating medical cases, you're dealing with also situations that are not in the
Yes. Now, scholarship.
Scholarship, we come back to that. What I'm trying to say, yes, scholarship, but so nipa ne ba na the year can on say chairman e kasa no bibi wo ho no a na mpɛ o ka o se almost see adan bibi na mpɛ o take baby tell ma me say affordable ma obi asa o de onye ready so obabu sika no atodan no obenya baby atena obetimi atue sika, because say onipa no nim say me edan no ehia me, because meaning why many people empty up because of rough sleeping. Yeah, Hanamokra, which I say, it's a Ghana no, so Nipa no amenities near my air coye. Not so cock, not so cushia. Doctors, they bring and brain draining dogs. They bring Ghana just scholarships. A back room hack this year medicine. They will go. Thank you. The air comes. Milania, say. So, Baba, not so bequa, a ginania. Say, policy be a woman, say. Oba, you don't want baby, what's now? You don't want mom, why, Oba, memorable. But other than that, these things will continue.
Chairman, our viewers want to hear you on this or everything that we have spoken. Almost say, and we made a good analysis. And to say, home person with you. Everything you heard from Kwaku and also Doctor, the scholarship one. Thank you.
Made that here first. In fact, I'm guilty of the discussion. I'm a beneficiary of scholarship. I came on with the scholarship in the
final admission.
And so I mean the discussion is about me.
Yes.
Or I exemplify
yes.
what the discussion is about. Oshima, the top 1% of every crop of students are generally to Ghana. They end up living outside the country. The top 1%.
Yes.
Those are the university. Most of those who are first class,
yes.
They are not in the country. Now, it is not for nothing that certain people are gifted. Society would need those people to develop. Now, if we are denying ourselves the top notch of our society, then we are denying ourselves development. And I think any day we need to, but we are all guilty of it. In fact, most of us but we all bear some guilt there. But let's go back to the basics. I mean, Kwaku. Kwaku.
Yes, sir.
Kwaku painted a very rosy picture of the party now. My party as well.
Yes.
Granted that it is true. Funny said they all can sanity. I think what has been the cost of this development to the nation. And I could room Pennsylvania said the reason a ministry is undertaking a project, and yet because of the intended beneficiaries, a choboka crowd benya umuntina sa project yeah.
That's so nice.
Yes.
What you say? Because yet me a project to say the project is not serving any purpose.
Yes.
Example.
It's not serving any purpose.
Okay, all right.
Now, what you say? Let's they make one party or the other party.
Yes.
Because say be a head of an institution, not with a uniform. I be serving institution for 25 years in advance.
Yes.
Now uniform no kotoye no. Staff nti no otoye na kakra obinya obunti na otoye. Say fire services it need to uniform. For the next 25 years no it go. Now entire na want to go no in 2 years time say. And we know it costs the institution money. The question you ask yourself, what was the rationale of the executive in going to procure those items? What I said? Of course, any projects, some party no, or be on the manifesto, they are doing projects to win elections. But the preoccupation of people behind some of these projects, and yet how well the project will serve the people. Kakra will be benya edi ewom, and that is why obia ebe project. Why? And I think that we need to begin to serve our people. Kwaku he sounds very passionate and selfless. Me bompa say we need people like him. They would insulate themselves from the prevailing corruption. Now, school dying this year, Sikana EDC school dying no, it should serve school dying. And yes, it is a couple of multiples over the original project. But let me even address it to Ghana for your Kroma and what we are doing, our contribution back home. And I'm here on the ticket of Lean on Me. We've been around for 10 years. In this 10 years now, we've had the best and worst of any society. COVID time, and why the boy or more here no, yeah, the boy. Make us say we are into partnership with a couple of communities. We are working with getting project for them. But you see, who say, yeah, if I say yeah, cash cow, no, yeah, members, no, yeah, two scanner. We are beginning to address the needs of the cash cows. And that is why, and whatever we are addressing, it's an issue in the Ghanaian community because 15 years I'm sure in the next 15 years we are around pension and now we are pensioners. Where do we go from there? Our homes wouldn't be our home in the next 15 years. We might not be able to even put on our lights. We might, so if your partner is not with you, you are lonely. Yes. Now, Dr. Kasano, we are what we eat, where we live, and where we socialize. These are the health determinants. These are the things that determine who you are. The quality of food you eat, the environment you stay in and work in, and where you have your pleasure. And we spend most times at home than anywhere else. And the home factors are important. And that is why, and loneliness, yes, obi one che, obi ha one or bad but or lonely. One obi netife, but still are lonely. And that sense of not belonging makes one lonely. And that is why on our part, lean on me. And of course, they are a member for good reasons. It's an association of men, Ghanaian men. The average age is around 50. And that's why for the next 15 years now, we are looking to have this project where we have a place that looks and feels Ghanaian, where the average Ghanaian who is about 65 plus or minus could come in there and feel like Ghana. We didn't know how much it was doing to their health. Or sorry, or sorry, but at least okodame ase on kofo kwesham ho omoto omdame idi omonkomo opon wabefi kroma what there's nothing like that. See ye ko adwuma bande ye feel say ye okay o adwuma no free ho yensa na ye ma no etuko na e kan nko a I mean it's not looking good. And that is why me come from a TFobia with TSA. And of course, here we are discriminating. We don't but of course, symbolic of the Ghanaian family structure, the man is the head of the family. And if we cater, and they say a fish grows from the head. If we cater for the head, and the head is sane, the family is sane. And lender me membership we are catering for the head of the family. And sanity in the head, it means sanity for the entire family. Now, in May, we are calling ourselves, in June, yeah, 10th anniversary. And then we take it out. I'm sure you would help us sell our tickets. And the anniversary is a platform where we will launch this whole idea about having a place that looks and feels Ghanaian for the elderly. And it's a 5-year project. and we hope, say, within that 5 years, we would have it. And if we have success in one location, say North London, we may be looking at other locations around UK because we need it. Somalia and I'm not saying we are above them, but Somalia they have it. Turkey have it. Other communities have it. Why can't we have it?
Thank you.
Why can't we have it?
Yeah, Charles, you heard everything. I don't need to.
Yes.
Charles, there or say what he wants to do.
Well, I think going back to what Kweku mentioned, yes, we have the National Development Agenda. I think it is the consistency with which we adopt that plan and ebe make a difference, because this is a conversation about Ghana and how we are seeing the progress of Ghana. You can see, say, Chroma had in your mind, it make a difference in almost structures and almost systems. So now we need the first, okay, say 5-10 years ago, now we Basma with this Kabema bus driver. Yes. And I sister and then Omunjisika with the touch with the car contactless, they are Chisicano. And I envisage a Ghanaian economy or system where allow for, now that we have Ghana card, we have everything is now digitized and systematized. You know, it get to a point where be a create opportunity to crowd. You know, once I feel the Sikano a create interest in corruption, as you said, you know, but who's the company would have appetite for it? Gradually, the digitization drive, you know, let's give ourselves the next 5 years or even 4 years. We say Ghana no, na yehu no kan no. Na uko Ghana, utimi drive, say na yewo kroma with ubo where address chemwa, Lord uko. It wasn't there before. We are looking at the progress made post-independence. We've had our struggles, we had the challenges, but I think we also have to accept and pat ourselves on the back, say, there have been some progress. Because what I say, when you're they be a meeting, they be a kind of negative in your manual. It doesn't boost your motivation or morale. So we have to acknowledge the fact that there have been development. Mekai say, I think your problem is that we don't follow through things. Yesha siya na de ati egu. Mekai meye akwala na uko GSS your life skills. There were technical skills, technical drawing. The idea then was ube na wo inside the Juma Kroma yafeni vocational skills. Kroma hanu nienti a omo vocation and academic in the sense you be na born academic. Nti ube hunso obi ye A level, hunso obi so ye B Tech. B Tech for no kra no omo ko invest bebre kra say A level for no because a vocational one say nti obe wie no not our practical experience, you know. And then gradually Ghana introduce we share government abia one plan there, but you share over the last few years young papa could for buy no the start here yes, we are calling the fact say young papa at Amazon buy or starting BB, but young papa adults buy also started. Now we are looking at STEM education. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So, I did move Chroma has say. No, in a Chroma they also believe in say, for gain skills and knowledge through knowing what to do. So, on the job training, learning by experience. Apprenticeship. As a year, dear no, acquire pure book. You maybe also know you because you practical things, you know.
Yeah.
And see, we share a lot of things I hear and they are common and more. But I'm happy to say, sir, these days most of even engineering work now they are no Ghana for and they deal with. There's one a Ghanaian company. This is a senior of mine in secondary school. He did his university and PhD and all that in engineering, and he introduced robotic submarine sort of thing. There's a nimpa na consumer say you share we a rig oil rig no nimpa kwase you know mako cleaning or mako but you say omako bu pa. So what the man has done was to introduce robotic system. Into a modi robot ko nsuo na ase no makoye adwuma no. Into a risk level no akofo. That is what we want to see in Ghana. But your government are create this enabling environment, you know. So that you can skills or more what can we do to make sure say you basic kwai and I say yeah ma almost omo Ghana no meboa. The government, any UK government, equal partnership, or a bilateral agreement, say, okay, Ghana has to be placed on red list. In this way, nurse and as a doctor, now prepare your country is on a red list. It won't me a easily. Ember and also Ebwa gradually. Young can say, conform to me instantly, no, and as a passage remember. But what we are looking at, what can we do to stem the tide of brain drain? Brain in their biomes, kakra ebesoni, but yebebo ho ban na enko bebre. And now, papa go for time. A lot of Ghanaians abroad went back home. And your system infrastructure then it created at the time. Unfortunately, there was a change in government and everything. So Pascal, no more Mukoy, no more a buyer. But so now what kind of system you good people wouldn't have the appetite to what go elsewhere because now Chrome is a winner. Why will you go somewhere?
Your musicians, you are in 1 minute each, you know. Yes, will be landing.
Yo, and see, you're the landing, no. Yeah, I can say Ghana 67 years as a nation. We've had some challenges, but we see a Ghana progressing steadily. Scientists here, 12 years na soa ebeboa. And I can say, as I say, I shall say, government no bar. This is because of 4 years, yes, son, as 8 years, yes, son. Mumma yama a binwa, ye who say, or ye a jumano, on so enche. And I body rule say, MPP are binwa, we create open source or digital system, no, na infrastructure, na day na equanim now with Ghana card, which mean the young be brave. See, to me, my young a break. Another, let's see, 10 years time, I was a feed now, you who are breaching, no, Sana, who war. Ghana. May I find your politics so we might be to almost Sana ways like a Susubi there to know. But young fact, Ghana, why dream, and my your dodging, now you will say, so who could vote to, no who vote to her. Okay, young shall say, okay, go for your mobile, or my idea way in and the young trial, no young share, no more yet, no bit not to us why then. I hear. Into the air can say, MPP are buying, mobile, or my idea.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Chairman.
Yo, media. I mean, me kasafa Lenomi. We were happy because of Lenomi. We've been around for 10 years. Lenomi, one of the critical structures within the Ghanaian community. It's an association of men. June coming, we are doing our 10th anniversary. Now, our worries are the worries of a typical Ghanaian. You need a place that we can call our home in our old age. There's no such place we can call our home. Your home is a home, yeah, but communal area that we can call Ghanaian home, we don't. And that is a project we are working on. So, we are extending invitation to all like-minded people, say, seek out for Lenomi and be part of the journey. But Ghana, yes, we've made strides, just as Koku Kayano. Maybe not as wide as we would want it, but we've made some strides. Yes, son, not Fanta, bring an ania no Fanta, and on this Fanta no poet, me Fanta many for me no chicken. Akokonam, na occasional food, and they oko sebe me ma me kra se oko dwame oko jamasia en kra no Fanta enye nwanwa bi, and that alone should tell you say level don't change. Okay. Level don't change, but we still have some work to do.
Thank you.
Great. Me represent my clinic here, Nature's Green Medical Center. Me main office no Lewisham, London ha. So been home pain, been is the first time. and maybe a consultancy office so Wakra Ghana. Maybe I may and say mostly no I am me research. Now me sounds so call around Echo Casa, may come I've been to so many places. Just recently quite Kohalo recently just go I'm saying Echo Casa all we I do as my profession allowed me to do and say I was said there be a few say gaps I need help because you know what British Hanmono we no problems. Saying a chairman can. There are so many people sitting at home or motivated. It will be no so and crata chromony and only a BGP. What I do for them, they say, when I go to places and I find these people, anybody in it's a general thing. I want to find these people because, they say, we Africans, in health, don't say, your program, politics about. So, person, we a domoa, we the politics at tea. But he started health as someone, then people start looking away. But one thing I want people to understand in this 21st century, they say Britain, Britain, America, America, Germany, Germany, and yeah, the health of the people. Say, yeah, well, a health, near physical health, because mental health is very common. Yeah, baby, who know, be here, say, me met her because me and see her because I was saying, you say, yeah, don't follow a how. Yeah, your face be brave, who be brave, yeah, who said be brave, no, because said be brave, for women call health side. People are really suffering. Mental problems,
1 minute, doctor.
Kidney problems, and the rest of those.
So the today's topic,
exactly. Today's topic, we love the progress so far our country have made. To be honest, me catch you say my name J said Ghana according anymore. Gains not so far, not too bad.
Okay.
You can't call your name now, especially me STEM education. I'm a papa,
okay,
because I'm a scientist. And also, we are into mathematics and all these things. And see, said, sign Manaban. Miss me one of these products of old time JSS. Now we can be about technical drawing. We starting to say we are one of the pioneers of the one that came before. And your skills, such skills, at the bed.
Thank you, doctor.
We hope.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kofi. No question here. We're starting so But anyway, thanks for the opportunity. As always, it's a pleasure to be here at Omega Studios. But anyone who's we as a nation, we have to be proud. I think we have achieved a lot. Now, and yet, Sebi, Medicanca, and yet, and Nema and Yapisi Huno, and Sebi Yehuno. It's about the rate at which I developing. Yeah, Rome was not built in a day. And I see Shuka Zabia and started with a drop. Your drop now started is doing really well. MPP Abaya and Danyamea say, Akufuad and Dr. Bami, more quantitative to international check. We are on the right track. And yet, baby, and able to make us say, Yain, baby, we have room to grow. And of course, and then it's not like I say, as a nation, I shame people for Sano. Say, you drew baby a busy drum paper, so a busy draw. I will be lying as a communication director. So I always, for me, admit, say, yes, there are journeys. I also, you twas on you took a country. You free Accra Kukumazia, Kwame Bere won't be true to be just no other, no debrudu, no twas, baby, I know no other. So we drew stop no baby at the moment. I jina ye no musukakra. And I know the best say Ghana for say because 67 years we could have shown more if you look at some other companions in Malaysia, for example. But it's only because Malaysia, for example, they went on aggressive educational program, which is now we're doing. And we're doing the right things. Now, akakakra, into Mr. Ghana, Ghana is a fantastic place. It's a beautiful place. Ocean Yumai or tourism. Now Ghana is all over the place. People are talking about Ghana left, right, and center. Because I can see, say, in the next 5-10 years, we're going to have a fantastic place. And then, Sabi, was all a broker now the seed chef for ma. It takes a while and sun and seed, grow. It is say no ye de nema hyehyɛ from Kofi. We are hoping that nyame me nso atogu so. Na afi etumi germinate and once it begin e be start to bear fruits. Say me dey kan and you compare it to Europe say ya your education Europe 4-year free senior high school no hundreds of years ago time we industrialization no who say mama for no ko adwuma na nkola na mabonten no this is some education free and now when you start 100 years into the journey enti ye besre ye do obi bia ase mo me nko so nya rehie mu e wo Ghana mu and MPP mu.
Thank you, good.
That's it, Kofi.
This is an update for Ghanaians and everybody living in the UK. Immigration area concern. You know, say 2023, there were a lot of policy changes on the immigration front. I'm a legal practitioner. Into Yebo de Rule, na Independence Day no, na ni abeboa yenya no so yebo ehode rule. And then 10th of March from Echina, we a skilled worker now wo krom ha wontumi nkofa wo ba anase wo kunu wo yere emba. Nti enko se wo kọ akwa ya application enye nti nkose sa sika no wo pese we ya na Nigeria because tonight in there na your last day skill for no betumi akofa mo dependent sara enso na se wo pese wo kofa wo yere ana wo kunu efi amanone eba UK from 4th of April sika no ekosoro se say 18,600 we been here 29,000 as a salary every year and it's a gross no. Inti sa pesa we ya but modern say we be here before 4th of April no ade ba kon so aba ebeboa enuanom pa ye aban introduce say so we a student ewo UK omemu na wo mba ewo wo nchen na edidie mu aye din say na le no me ebo mu de ruro ya try wa there so no recourse but we betumi aye application so mu yi no recourse no eden mfi eho ema wo Ghana ni bi e de aban court last year in a judicial review in a court to cancel nkwala nti so nipa no your student kan no no recourse aboma no kwan nti akwanya no e wo ho no ne say wo be lawyer papa bi a chire kwan na wadi wenim na wakwaje sa adani bi mama wo sara enso na we your student na wuku no de wo bae ya na say we re no de wo bae na mo bae na kasagasa nti o say wo de twemi me de be chire wo say me na me de wo bae ya na we ja we si kwan mu a aban say empa aba because o mo review policy no about 31st of January 2024 a new policy family policy on abani say so we are staff for ni bia you will be afin domestic violence for no year nkrofo makoji 2.5 aba na afi de omo ekunu na say omo yiri omo aka wotumi ko indefinite but we mu no say omo de aba the student for and care for and the skill worker for level into say who go through domestic violence no to mean evidence about say about 3 months the way you become independent of side nipa no ade buy no the way to me alcohol when you the way to me age aban emboa.
Thank you, Charles. Yeda mu nyina say for
yo and yes o pese emboa no wonye bia bo modian na hwehwe kira kwan BWF solicitor ye wo 7 sisters number no so 079 476-36037 079-476-36037. Bomani na fre na wosu benya oje.
Thank you. Yeda mu nyina say ene programming ayina ida say see ebe here Charles Kara number 1 Ghanaian artist with Yao Scott also number 1 Ghanaian artist umuba be joining ha na mama ya bitie enyum de nti as you go away umuba be joining nti thank you producer if you can have a short break before you come.
when you go wrong. Tell me when you go wrong. My unholy eyes. Yeah, Scott. He back again, oh. Yes, he back again, oh. My unholy eyes. Only eyes. 1, 2, 3, ceasefire. Step 2, baby. They never disrespect you, girl. They want to show you good sweet loving. I will never ever beat you up, girl. So come on, forgive me, my own body. So come on, forgive me, my own body. So come on, forgive me, my own body. I will never ever beat you up, girl. They want to show you sweet loving, sweet loving, sweet loving. Tell me when you go wrong. Tell me when you go wrong, baby. Tell me when you go wrong. Tell me when you go wrong. Tell me when you go wrong. Tell me when you go wrong, my lady. You can tell me when you go wrong, my lady. You can tell me when you go wrong. It all the liberty entity and term. Other me now within and the cement daddy go. Other me walk this before being a you. And then I miss a murder with the tower bonnetina. Then I made out and I miss a tower bonnetina. What tell me what's the woman be out? Don't catch me out. Don't catch me to my guess if what the guy know. They never disrespect you, girl. I want to show you good sweet loving. I will never ever beat you up, girl. So come on, forgive me, my own body. So come on, forgive me, my own body. So come on, forgive me, my own body. I will never ever beat you up, girl. They want to show you good sweet loving, sweet loving, sweet loving. Tell me when me I go wrong, baby. 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 Tell me when me I go wrong. Oh, tell me what's the woman be out? Don't catch me out. One catch me time. Guess you want to now, Scott. Yes, he back again. Oh.
LinkedIn Sales Navigator was absolutely key.
Tell me when me I go wrong. Tell me when me I go wrong. Tell me when me I go wrong. My unholy eyes. Yeah, Scott. He back again, oh. Yes, he back again, oh. My unholy eyes. 1, 2, 3, ceasefire. Step 2, baby. They never disrespect you, girl. They want to show you good sweet loving. I will never ever beat you up, girl. So come on, forgive me, my own body. So come on, forgive me,
me when me a go wrong. Tell 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 me when me a go wrong. Hey baby, tell me when me a go wrong. My lady, if you not tell me when you go wrong. My lady, if you not tell me when you go wrong. Hey, you want to send me tracer? It all the different entity and term. Other me down within a missy Benjani. Other me walk just before we can do. And then I miss a murder down to Tower Bonnetina. Then I made down to I miss a Tower Bonnetina. Tell me.
Yeah, man. Me never disrespect. I will never ever beat you up, girl. So come on, forgive me, my old bonny eye. Come on, forgive me, my old bonny eye. DJ, let's go.
Yow, Scott. Allah! Ibak again, oh. Yes, Ibak again, oh. One, two, three, ceasefire. Step two, baby. Me never disrespect you, girl. Show you good sweet loving. I will never ever beat you up, girl. So come on, forgive me, my own bonny eye. So come on, forgive me, my own bonny eye. So come on, forgive me, my own bonny eye. I will never ever beat you up. Show you sweet loving, sweet loving. Tell me when me a go wrong. 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 Hey baby, tell me when me a go wrong. My lady. Tell me where you go wrong, my lady. If you not tell me where you go wrong, hey, you want to send me tracer? It all the different entity and term. Other me down within a missy Benjani. Other me walk just before we got you. And then I miss a murder down to Tower Bonnetina. Then I made down to I miss a Tower Bonnetina. Who tell me what's the woman be out? Don't catch me. Yow, Scott. They never disrespect you, girl. They go and show you good sweet loving. I will never ever beat you up, girl. So come on, forgive me, my own bonny eye. So come on, forgive me, my own bonny eye. So come on, forgive me, catch a meal, one catch a time, guess what the yeah, Scott. Tell me where me I go wrong. Tell me where me I go wrong. My own funny eye. Yeah, Scott. He back again, oh. Yes, he back again, oh. My own funny eye. Funny eye. 1, 2, 3, ceasefire. Step 2, baby. They never disrespect you, girl. They go and show you good sweet loving. I will never ever beat you up, girl. So come on, forgive me. I am born in I. So come on, forgive me. I am born in I. So come on, forgive me. I am born in I. I will never ever beat you up, girl. They go and show you sweet loving. Tell me when me I go wrong. 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 Hey, baby, tell me when me I go wrong. My lady, if you not tell me when I go wrong. My lady, if you not tell me when I go wrong. Hey, you want to send me tracer? Yes, I send. It all the liberty entity and term. Other me down within a missing Benjani. Who got me more against before being a you? And then I miss a murder with the tower bonnetina. Then I made out and I miss a tower bonnetina. Who tell me what's a woman be out? Don't catch a meal. Catch a bit of my guess if I'm being a yo, Scott. They never disrespect you, girl. They go and show you good sweet loving. I will never ever beat you up, girl. So come on, forgive me. I am born in I. So come on, forgive me. I am born in I. So come on, forgive me. I am born in I. I will never ever beat you up, girl. They go and show you good sweet loving. Tell me when me I go wrong. 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 Who tell me what's a woman be out? Don't catch a meal, one catch a time. Guess you want to get yeah, Scott. Yes, he back again. Oh.
And Mecca say, Happy Independence Day to all Ghanaians and to our beautiful mothers out there in the world. Yeah, man. Thank you so much, DJ. Blessed. Out. One, two.
It's got like international.
And your money so for me, money no deal.
Like I go do something press up for baby. Damn me no day. Queen Jama, your gentle. Be my baby. And then be I okay. And I'll take you away, baby, to the holy place. We happiness day, every day will be your day. We say man of day, nobody be touch your day. You will be okay, every day will be your day. And I'll take you away, baby, to the holy place. We happiness day, every day will be your day. We say man of day, nobody be touch your day. You will be okay, every day will be your day. Take it easy, no be easy. I be beyond I am fine. Take it easy, no be easy. Take it easy, no be easy. I be beyond I am fine. Take it easy, no be easy. I know your vision, baby, so you gonna check them all. Make sure they say it pays. Things you go to see, you no go believe them all. Cause all currency, but yeah, you say celebrity. And your problem no go be money. And I'll take you away, baby, to the holy place. We happiness day, every day will be your day. We say man of day, nobody be touch your day. You will be okay, every day will be your day. And I'll take you away, baby, to the holy place. We happiness day, every day will be your day. We say man of day, nobody be touch your day. You will be okay, every day will be your day. Baby, your body and your money, so for me, money no deal. Like I go do something press up for baby. Damn me no deal. Queen Jama, your gentle. Be my baby. And then be I okay. And I'll take you away, baby, to the holy place. We happiness day, every day will be your day. We say man of day, nobody be touch your day. You will be okay, every day will be your day. And I'll take you away, baby, to the holy place. We happiness day, every day will be your day. We say man of day, nobody be touch your day. You will be okay, every day will be your day. Take it easy, no be easy. I be beyond I am fine. Take it easy, no be easy. Take it easy, no be easy. I be beyond I am fine. Take it easy, no be easy.
Yeah, Chaskala, the Ghanaian UK international artist. This is how we do it. Thank you so much, Omega TV, Omega Live TV. Thank you so much. It's Chaskala, the Ghanaian UK international artist. See you. Bye-bye.